You're listening to Election Central 2026 on the WIDU Radio Network. I'm your host, Jay Reinstein, and boy, do we have a results show tonight for you. We have a room full of folks. There's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. I'm going to go around and introduce the folks that are here. First of all, to my left, I have Tony Morris, who has been with us every time we've done this election show, at least for the, last 3 years, 4 years, something like that. Yes. Tony is a counselor extraordinaire. Do you want to say anything else about your business?
No.
You can promote it. Okay, it's like a free commercial. And she would not like to promote it, but that's okay. Maybe next time we go around. And we have Dr. Kawana McCray, She is the former Mayor Pro Tem in Hope Mills. I've known you for several years.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Dr. McCray, anything you would like to share? Please share something.
I would share that this is my first time doing this, and so I'm excited to be here and not be a candidate. And it's exciting to be here with this group of people as well. So thank you for the invite.
Even with Troy, you're excited. Okay, that's great.
Even with Troy.
I have not at a microphone right now, but I have the distinguished Wade Fowler, former Fayetteville City Council member, also PWC Commissioner, and I think chair of the PWC Commission at one time. Twice. 2 times. Boy, welcome, Wade.
Glad to be here.
Right, that's right. You heard that. That was Wade.
Right. We have great acoustics here. We also have, in front of me here is none other than Myron Pitts with the Fayetteville Observer. Are you the editor-in-chief? Tell me what you do
Opinion
there.
editor. Come on, Jay. You know
Opinion editor. But you do a lot over there.
Yeah, we all wear a lot of hats. Much smaller staff than when I first started, but we still doing it. So I'm always glad to be here on Election Central. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's always good to have you here. And if you want Girl Scout cookies, we're going to share that information a little later. To my right, I have Sonia Cooper. She is a commissioner with Spring Lake. Welcome, a current commissioner. Yes. Welcome. Anything you'd like to tell our listeners about the wonderful town of Spring Lake?
We're still a work in progress, and I still believe we're going to move forward and do some great things. We've got a lot of great projects, a lot of housing opportunities. So I have a lot of positive thoughts for what we're going to do.
That's great. Thank you, Sonia. We also have Simone Pemberton. Simone is spelled with an S-E. So, folks, if you're trying to Google her, it's S-E-M-O-N-E, Pemberton. Simone, welcome. Simone ran for, I think, a state representative position? State Senate.
District 19.
District 19. Are you going to run again one day?
I am one day.
You are one day.
Yes.
You ran a Republican.
I did.
And
am.
And
yes,
you are now.
I am currently.
You are now. Yeah, I didn't want to say you were a Republican. You are a Republican, but welcome again.
Thank you.
Now, in the area that you can't see if you're listening and you're watching on Facebook, we have an amazing team that is handling our results. We have our co-results desk chiefs, Troy Williams, and we also have Courtney Banks McLaughlin, a former city council member. Troy Williams has been a writer. He's done so many things. Thank you, guys. We couldn't do it without you. And as we go through this evening, we're going to be turning to them constantly for results. We have heard that the results are going to be coming in a little later. Hopefully, we will be able to get on them as soon as possible. But thank you, guys. And then we wouldn't be able to bring this show on the air if it weren't for our airwaves architect. That's Paul Matthews. It's sort of a new name for producer, but I love airwaves architect. Thank you, Paul. Thank you all for being here. So, we got some local races in Cumberland County. We have some statewide races. We have some big national races. I know there's a big one in Texas that a lot of folks are paying attention to. Any thoughts before we really get to results? We can talk anything you'd like to talk about, and let's have some fun doing this because results aren't always that exciting. So, Myron, I'm looking at you. You
seem to be championing at the bit to say something.
Yeah, you always are.
Y'all know it's championing at the bit and not chomping at the bit.
Yeah. No, I think that's not correct.
It is.
I don't think that is
correct. From the opinion editor, it is.
Oh, okay, but, it is champing at the bit.
Champing at the bit,
Did not know that.
But
Thank
what
you.
I wanted to talk about, one of the statewide races that people are looking at is the the Senate, the majority leader, Phil Berger, is in a very tough primary race against Sheriff Sam Page. And of course, Phil Berger is often called, if not the most powerful person up there in Raleigh, definitely number 2. So that would be seismic if he lost. So a lot of people are keeping an eye on that race. And I saw Sam Page. I didn't know a whole lot about him and still don't, but I saw his name in a different context, and it turns out he is sheriff in that county where that mother went missing for 24 years.
No, wow.
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with him. He just happens to be the sheriff.
We've got to clarify. He had nothing
He
to do
had
with
nothing
her
to
being
do
missing.
with
Yeah.
her. She just, is still a mystery. But she was found alive and healthy.
That's crazy.
And I believe he actually, in fact, I think Sheriff Page, she had to face a DWI in another county, I believe. So, but
Wow. And this just happened, right?
just happened, right? So, how does something unusual like that affect the campaign? Maybe not at all. But I just thought it was very interesting.
Before you get going, I want to let our listeners know, if you're a candidate and you'd like to chat with our folks here, our team, we'd love to hear from you. If you're just listening and you have some thoughts about the results or anything you want to talk about, as long as it's election related or maybe sports, please give us a call at 910-483-6111. That is 910-483-6111. So we'd love to hear from people. Thoughts? What are we thinking? Okay, we're going to go to a break here. No, I will say. I think I'd like to go to Troy. Do you have something you'd like to share?
Yes, talk a little bit about, out in the GOP has a crowded field that wants to take on Democratic U.S. Representative Don Davis. That district was
District 1.
redrawn 2 years ago, thought that he might lose that, and it appears that he will not. He did not at that time. Also, another interesting race, which you're familiar with, Jay, and that is the one with Congresswoman Valerie Fouché.
Oh, yes.
How do you pronounce her
It's
opponent's name?
Fouché.
It's Fushi.
Fouché.
Okay.
Yeah, Fouché. I've met her on a number of occasions. She's been very supportive of Alzheimer's. That's the only reason I got her. Some of the legislative asks she's been very supportive of. Here's been the issue. She's running against, I can't remember Nita's last name. She's currently a county commissioner in Durham. What has been the issue with Fouché, and where she's getting sort of beaten up by some of the progressives, is her association with Israel. She took money from Israel and some of these PACs.
Yeah.
And because there's so much pushback regarding what's going on in Israel, a lot of people are saying, hey, don't go with her, go with Nita. She's not done. There's no association with Israel. And unfortunately, that's really a big issue with some of these
on the
races,
Democrat side in particular.
especially what's going on in Israel. So that was the issue. I think it's going to be very close. It's going to be very close. And if you live in the Durham or Wake County area like I do, there are commercials about every 3 minutes.
I was going to ask you about that, Jay.
Oh my!
because
We are bombarded.
I read a comment on social media, and it was just a random comment. Someone was saying, begging both those candidates, please stop.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I think it was big. He's like, it's just making me sick.
Oh, it's too much. It really is.
Yeah.
But they're
all
on
the
our
channels.
stations.
They're on our
Oh, you
station.
see it too?
Yeah, they're on
You see
our
that?
station.
When you get dressed, and it's like back to back. You say a little bit,
Yeah.
then it's that commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like nonstop. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
I feel like at a certain point, and not
Yeah.
just these two candidates, but candidates in general, when you start seeing ads so much, I think it has a negative effect.
Oh, it does.
At a certain point, you're just like, okay, we get it.
Absolutely.
Especially if the ads, and a lot of these have, the ones I've seen, take a very negative tone.
Oh, yeah.
That makes people, so a lot of times in the run-up to election, candidates will switch to more positive type, more biographical ads. I don't know if that's happened in that race, but I know that there's a lot of people that's just tired of
People
hearing
are tired, and it's just been a nasty race. It'll be very interesting to see what happens in that race. There are a lot of interesting races. I think today we will get an idea, and I don't think there'll be too much surprises regarding U.S. Senate. You know, right? Aren't we going to see we'll get the Democrat finalist, right?
Yeah, it's
and
gonna
we'll get
be,
the Republican finalist.
Right. it'll be-
And
right.
I'm not thinking, I guess is it Watley and,
Watley and
Cooper?
are the front runners, and the Republican and
Yeah.
Democrats, respectively.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't expect a surprise. Now, we know Michelle Morrow is running on the Senate, and she ran for, DPI?
She did. I
Yeah,
remember
she did.
interviewing her. Very
And
controversial.
Very controversial.
Very controversial.
So that's the other name. I'm putting name
Yeah,
in quotes
yeah.
for people. And so, but I think, to be honest, I think she might have had a better shot. I'm not saying she's going to lose, but I think
Yeah.
she would have had a better campaign if she had started a little bit sooner.
Got it.
Yeah.
Watley got out front, and of course he has
His endorsement
Donald
by
Trump's
Trump.
endorsement.
Absolutely, and that definitely helps. Any other races in the state that you're sort of interested in, that sort of jumping out at anybody?
Well, like Troy, I'm also interested in what's going to happen in District 1. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a seat that's
Yeah.
gained national attention.
So tell me about District 1.
That's the Don Davis.
Davis.
Oh, the Don
he's
Davis.
currently serving.
Because that was the
It wa-
redrawn one.
It was drawn to be a tough district
Right.
for him in the first place, and
Correct.
he won.
Right.
and then they now have drawn it to be a even tougher district.
Right.
So we will see. But this is the primary, though. So we'll see what happens in the primary. That district also I can share, and I think some of you may know. William Barber, Dr. Barber
Oh,
from
yeah.
Moral Mondays.
Yep.
That's the district that his group, Repairers of the Breach, are specifically putting. And I heard Dr. Barber speak here at Crossroads and in Raleigh, actually, when they had the
Yeah.
big rally. And they gave a lot of history about that district I just didn't know.
Can you
for,
share
for many,
anything
many
that-
years, well, I could say this part, they didn't have a black representative since Reconstruction.
Wow.
Until Eva Clayton came along.
Yeah, sure.
So you're talking about 90-some
Wow.
years.
Wow.
So
That's
there's
a
a lot.
long
There's a
time.
lot of history in that district. So again, as Troy pointed out, it's getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
I believe there were some votes that there were some people that didn't like as well that he had made that I thought was going to make it a little hard for him.
Don Davis.
Yes, I don't remember the vote especially, but I do.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing reading something about
he has
it.
had a couple tough votes, and because he's in a swing district.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Anytime you get someone in a swing district, they're going to have to. Well, first of all, I think also by disposition, a lot of them are kind of center,
Yeah,
center
right.
left or center right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's had some difficult votes that he's had to defend, like within his party. So,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens.
If I could also just let people know again, if you want to comment and share some comments on Facebook, just go to WIDU 1600. Go to Facebook, write some comments. Our Airwaves architect, Paul Matthews, will share that with us, and we can answer your questions. Also, again, we'd love you to call us at 910-483-6111. And guess what? We have one of our results desk chiefs, Troy Williams, I believe, has a comment.
Yes, I want to talk a little bit about District 1
Okay.
for those that may not remember that. When Eva Clayton was the Congresswoman, we would actually be standing in District 1 now. One side of Murchison Road was not in, the other side was in.
That's a
Really?
That's some good history.
For real.
That is a great.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
That shows you how districts can really get
yes.
changed over
Changed,
time.
Because
Yeah.
District 1 was
Talk about
all the way
gerrymandering.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Think about where it's at now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a lot of redrawing.
Yeah, that's back
Yes,
when
a
those,
lot of redrawing.
those Republicans are really gerrymandering, right? Right, Troy? Back then?
Right.
Not back that. Not doing that type of
I
thing.
know,
But think about this. The other district
It's a two-way
that,
street, yeah.
that Mel Watt was in came down 85.
Okay.
It came all the way down 85 to Durham.
Yeah.
I mean, they were very interesting districts during that time.
And gerrymandering is, the U.S. Supreme Court has been, kind of agnostic about it. They're
Yeah.
not really saying one way or the other. So it's kind of a free-for-all. And that's a little unfortunate because you see both parties escalate.
Right.
We know Texas, of course, in terms of U.S.
And then California.
And then California, and then Virginia came
Virginia.
and topped them
Yes.
all.
Yes.
I think they have a map now that's 10-1 Democrats. I
Yeah.
don't know how
10-1.
they chopped up Southern
Right.
Virginia, but
yeah.
they did it somehow. So it's
But one of those
I
has
just
been
also think-
rejected.
Go ahead,
by-
Troy.
One of those has been rejected by a federal judge, and the same thing in New York.
Yeah.
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 It's supposed to only be at once every 10 years during
Yeah.
the census.
Correct.
Is when you're supposed to gerrymander, and then
Yeah.
it started
Supposed to gerrymander.
in Texas.
Yeah.
They did it within 5 years.
That's right.
And that's where the pushback
That's where the
started.
kind of domino
then
effect
the
in
Democrats said,
California
"Oh, well, you know,
matched."
you're going to
Yeah.
do that, then
Yeah.
we're going to go to California." And so it's been. And we're about to take a break. Can I get any thoughts about anything before we take that break?
No, I'm ready to talk about these local races.
Oh, of course. We're going to get to the local races.
Okay.
And that's
But it was
Dr.
some good
Kenwana
history.
McCrae
Yeah.
asking about the local
Yeah.
races.
That was some good history, though. Some good
Okay,
background,
we're
some
going to
good
talk
history.
about local races. We're going to take a break on Election Central 2026. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Please stay with us.
It's Election Day across North Carolina. Issues at one Halifax County precinct will mean a delay in releasing statewide primary results. They're now expected to be released initially sometime in the 8 o'clock hour. A number of races, including in the U.S. Senate, where Democratic former Governor Roy Cooper and Republican National Committee Chair Michael Whatley are expected to win their respective primaries. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and other administration officials went before lawmakers today explaining the objectives of the war against Iran. A Minnesota county attorney may pursue charges against federal officers for alleged misconduct during an immigration crackdown in the Minneapolis area. The prosecutor says her office is already investigating 17 incidents, including the January 21 case where Border Patrol official Greg Bovino threw a smoke canister at protesters. Atlanta outfielder Jurickson Profar faces a possible 162-game MLB suspension after a second failed performance-enhancing drug test. Bruce Farrell, NCN News.
For a whole lot of us, the clouds stayed put this afternoon, but they will clear up this evening, becoming partly cloudy. We'll watch for some fog to develop. It's milder tonight with upper 40s to low 50s. Finally, the sunshine returns tomorrow, and in return, it's a warmer day. Mid-70s are expected. Thursday is mostly sunny and warmer with upper 70s to low 80s for the highs. Partly cloudy on Friday, low 80s, and low 80s are likely to continue into the weekend. I'm meteorologist Mike Mays in the NCN Weather Center.
We're back with Election Central 2026, our great team here. I have Tony Morris, Myron Pitts, Simone Pemberton, Wade Fowler, Courtney Banks McLaughlin, Dr. Kenwana McCrae, Sonia Cooper, Paul Matthews, and did I say Troy Williams, who is our co-results desk chair. And I think I'm going to give it to you, Troy and Courtney, so you can, I think what we're going to do is talk about each race, and then they'll announce the names, and then we're going to have a conversation in here, and it's going to be very exciting. I can't wait, actually.
Yeah, look, this is very, very, very interesting. We're going to start off with I said this is very interesting. We're going to go ahead and start with the Cumberland County Board of Commissioners. Let's start off with District 1. We have a few individuals that's running. Most of these names sound familiar. We have Sheila Cuffey, Glenn Adams, which is a current commissioner, Larry Wright, who was a previous city council member, Terry Thomas, and Gary Murray, aka Mo. So what are you guys' thoughts on this race?
Interesting.
It's a crowded field.
Yeah, it's very crowded.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Only
for
two people.
Only
one
right.
district. Yeah.
Two
For one
people per-
district, District 1. And I
And
was
for those,
at
who's
the,
holding the seat now?
that's
Glenn
Glenn
Adams.
Adams, right.
Glenn
Adams.
And
And
Jeanette.
Jeanette
Jeanette Council,
Yes,
who is,
and who, right.
that's right, who is not running again.
So she's retiring.
She's
or
retiring, and that's
Yeah.
stepping
why
down.
Yeah.
that can contribute to the crowded field because she is retiring.
That's right. That's right. So it's an open seat,
Right.
And then of course the incumbent Glenn Adams. This one is interesting to me. A lot of people, for some reason, think I know who's going to win or who I think's going to win. I don't really have a great track record, but so I try not to really get into guessing. But
And we won't
I
guess
think it's-
tonight.
and
We
we're not
won't
doing
guess
that here
tonight.
tonight anyway.
Yes,
But yeah, I think it's going to be potentially a very close race. I'm not calling it one way or the other. I've seen some very good campaigning. I've seen some billboards, which you don't necessarily
Actual
see that
billboard.
in
Who
county
did the
races. I know
billboards?
Glenn Adams has had one up there.
Nice.
And, lots of signage. I went to there was a commissioners forum at Crossroads Church. I saw not everyone was there.
Right.
But I did get to see both some District 1 candidates and the at-large candidates who we'll talk about here shortly. So I love to see a good crowded field, though.
Yeah.
Because
And
I
we
feel
got-
like voters deserve a choice.
We also got a lot of newcomers in this field
Yeah.
as well. These are people who look like they've run for the first time. I know Wright and Adams have run before, but when we're
Right.
looking at the rest, I know Cuffey. This is her first time.
Her first
running.
time.
Oh, so it is-
Mr.
it is
Murray,
Sheila's first.
Yes,
Mo
this is Sheila
Murray is his
Cummings.
first time.
Murray.
Terry
Thomas.
Yeah, Terry Thomas,
So we
right.
got 3 people who
Yeah.
this is their first time, which is great.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
And
I
it's-
think it's awesome that people are getting energized and wanting to run because
yeah, have
that's
one they want to
important.
serve, and that's
Yes.
good. That's good. Yeah.
I did see something in the paper, and I can't remember, or maybe I heard it. They were expecting maybe 16 to 18% voter turnout. Does that sound about right? Which it always
Are we
seems
talking
so.
Cumberland County?
Cumberland County.
Cumberland County.
Yeah,
It
that
always
sounds
seems
about
so
right.
low to me.
I
Yeah.
thought it was lower than that.
You think
No,
it's gonna
it
be-
typically is. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a little bit higher this time,
right.
and so
Yeah.
it would land around
Because
16,
even with the municipal
17.
That's what
elections,
I
we
heard.
get higher
Yeah.
than what was expected.
Yeah.
So
Right.
this may, and also we got other races on there that may, such
right.
as we got
Sheriff,
Cooper,
for instance,
the sheriff,
judges
we
races,
got
yeah.
different people that may pull more
Yeah.
people
Do
out
we
to
know what
vote.
a general election typically gets in Cumberland County? Because this is
I would have to
going
look
to be
that up.
midterm, but it's
Yeah.
obviously higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just always sort of baffled at the low turnout. You talk about 16 to 18% of all the eligible voters.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's sad.
That is sad.
That's sad.
And
But
I
you
thought,
know, I think Arizona has all mail-in, and they are at 90%.
Oh my God.
but I think
So it's
I,
convenience then.
Right.
Yeah, and I
Right.
thought ours was like a 10 or 11. I thought countywide. I could be wrong, but I would think like especially with
It's barely double
the
digits.
things that are going on right
Yeah.
now, which
Yeah.
may help
Yeah.
people come out to vote with the things dealing with the school district, which I know the school people are not running for school board, but the
Right.
county commissioners work very
Yeah.
closely with
Right.
the school board. So there's a lot of controversial things going on right now,
Right.
and even people calling it the parking lot. I don't want to keep calling it that. The empty parking lot downtown and the convention
yeah.
center. Those are two things that I can think of that are very hot topics right now that I would think would draw people out
Yeah.
to vote for. I believe in voting voting up and down the ballot, but at least they're county commissioners.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you do have people that have been elected, previously elected, or Mr. Adams, who has been elected several times, and then these other people, they have a lot of name recognition from working in the community. So
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be a pretty interesting
That's a
race.
good point you brought up. Can someone help me
Terry
understand?
Thomas, for example, is with the Vision
Vision
Center for a
Research.
long
Oh, yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
she's
Larry
been-
Rutherford,
I was gonna
he's the
say,
city
she's been on
council,
that.
so, you know.
Yeah,
What's
Sheila
the
Cuffey
deal
has-
with what you just brought up, the controversy with the parking lot and the, former.
Oh, the Crown Event
Yeah, the
Center.
Crown
Yeah,
Event.
it was,
The
the current commissioners, and a couple of them are, well, let's see, we'll talk about that, but they broke ground on the project, and it was meant to be basically replacing the arena
Yeah.
and the auditorium, and it was modeled after, but not to be the exact same thing
DPAC.
as the
The
DPAC
DPAC.
in
DPAC,
Durham,
yeah.
and so. And they went in a different direction.
Yeah.
I've never seen a major capital project where the ground was broken, the work had started,
Right.
and was just stopped. And
Yeah.
they've
I believe
given
there was
various
some concerns
reasons.
with the contracts.
Yeah,
I
there
think that's,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to say that
Sure.
the funding source was not a guaranteed funding source. It all was determined whether the General Assembly would continue to give them that money. So in government, we can't fund something with not guaranteed funding sources.
It's
Yeah.
true, it's not guaranteed, but it was a pretty reliable source. I mean, just an example, like Wake County uses the same. They have like over $500 million
Billion.
in projects.
Yeah, right.
Funded by this same source. So certainly we know how mercurial Raleigh
Sure.
can be sometimes. They could certainly stop it, but that really didn't seem likely. But I do know that that's what was said, was put out there. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go to Troy now and Courtney. But let me just throw out these numbers again, please. If folks are interested in sharing any thoughts about the races, or if you're a candidate, you'd like to chat with us, we would love to chat with you. Give us a call at 910-483-6111. And even if you want to get on Facebook and provide some comments, give us a comment on our Facebook page, WIDU 1600. I'm going to turn it back to Troy and Courtney because they have some names they want to share with us about the next race.
Yes, and before we move forward, I wanted to mention that the individuals that are running, just like was mentioned by Kiwana, is that they have name recognition. Most of them have done a lot of great things in our community, so it's always good to see individuals that have already served in a community at that capacity. But as you know, we have the 30% rule, so the top two individuals will move to the general. So again, this is an opportunity for the candidates to be able to call in and to share some thoughts with us, for especially the individuals who may not know who they are. So this is the opportunity. And moving forward, I was going to say, let's go to the county sheriff.
I think we're going to do, can we do at
When we come
large?
back, okay, we'll go straight to that. Look, that's the fun part. The at large, I thought we were saving that for last. Listen, this is a crowded field with the at large. We have Marshall Faircloth, which is currently serving on a commissioner. We have Charles Evan, which is a former county commissioner. We have Mario Benavente, served on Fayetteville City Council with me. And we have William Wesley, a.k.a. Tunk. I think I pronounced that right.
It is Tunk.
Okay, Tunk.
I love that name. I was going to change my name to that. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, okay. And we also have Tony Stewart, which is also a former commissioner, and Veronica Jones, who is currently holding that seat for county commissioner. So we do have.
And is she the vice chair, Courtney?
She
is.
vice chair.
She
Okay.
is the vice. She is the vice chair. Yes. Yeah. So this is a crowded field. This is going to be very, very interesting. And that's what two positions. So we have two individuals that will be going to the general. So
Now
it's gonna be
that
really
is
interesting.
an intriguing field.
Yes.
It
Looking at my ballot,
It is.
my own ballot.
Right.
Yeah.
I won't tell you who I voted for, but I can tell
Please
you
don't.
Go ahead.
it took the longest time for me to, and I changed my mind a couple times.
This
You know,
was hard.
I was gonna single shot one person, then that's a strategy. You just vote for
Right.
one. But I couldn't do it. I was like, I'm already having to cut someone I don't want to cut, so I would at least get my 2 picks, right? So
And I was
this is
gonna
also
say
the
for this-
opposite of what we had before, because in this race, we only have one newcomer. Everybody else has held positions
Yeah.
before.
Right.
that's right.
We have one, and that's Tunk.
William
Mr. William Wesley.
So
is
right now,
William Wesley
endorsed by the
Took.
mayor,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
yeah.
Isn't he is endorsed by the
Yeah,
mayor.
He's endorsed by Mayor Colvin.
Yeah, Mayor Colvin
Yeah, I
endorsed.
saw that, what,
Took.
yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Faircloth
Heavily.
and
Yeah.
Jones are the current.
Current.
They're currently in
They're
office.
currently right. They're the
Yes.
So they're
incumbents, right.
competing again. They're incumbents, and
Right.
okay, got it.
Right.
Just
And
want
then
to.
you've got Charles, who is
And Charles has served on him.
And Tony.
And Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
And Tony.
She's a
Yeah.
former.
She was, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Chair.
that's correct.
Chair.
Former chair.
Yeah.
Charles is a
Yeah.
former
So
chair.
Yeah.
Charles
Yeah.
served.
She
How
was
many
chair once,
terms
yeah.
did Charles serve? Maybe a couple, 2, 3.
2 or 3, and
Four?
he also
Three.
served on the city
Three.
council.
Sorry, I have
terms.
trouble
Okay.
reading that
Yeah.
far.
3.
So-
And city council.
He
former
also
city
As
served
well
on
as
the
Yeah,
city
one
city
city
council.
council.
Yeah.
About 2 years. 3
Okay.
years.
Yeah.
4 years. 2 terms.
2 terms of city
Yeah.
council. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
All righty.
Any other thoughts
Jay,
about
how
the-
would you feel, and this is for the whole group, you have a nickname, Took.
I love it.
Campaign sign, yard sign. All it says is Took, exclamation point, commissioner. What do y'all think about that? Not enough info?
Not enough info, I don't think. Was that what his said?
No.
No, okay, you're just saying.
Actually, I don't mind that. I kind of like that.
It's
because
attention getting.
it
I mean,
It's
is.
it'll
attention
get you
getting,
Yeah,
attention.
I like it.
Yeah.
But-
And this
but
is a
from a
little slight
marketing
on the
standpoint.
signs he
But
has
for
out.
some
They're
people,
perfectly
it would be a
fine.
negative.
What's that?
Attention getter. I'd be like, what's your name, boy?
Yeah,
Tunk.
because people say, "What's that?" You know.
Well,
some-
and
people could say
apparently
that, though.
people, and the reason why, if he's using it, that is apparently what people know him by.
Oh, yeah, they do
Yeah,
know my
yeah.
tongue.
Yeah.
I have a nickname that I've
Yeah.
shared on the air before.
My
My nickname is
I've shared
Peaches,
on the air.
and so
I've
there are
shared it
people.
now,
I
right?
grew up here. There are people that I went to school with,
Yeah.
or even some of my family members that did not know that Kenwana was my real name. And
Peaches,
so
they thought.
yeah, so people
Yeah.
like, I never knew your name was
Yeah.
Kenwana. They called me. My teachers called me Peaches.
Wow.
So if people know him by that
Right.
name,
Yeah,
and he
that's
feels
it.
like he knows
Yes.
enough people that will support him, it has to be a reason why he's using it.
That was never
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
other nicknames here. While we're talking nicknames, I'd be sort of curious. Myron, do you have a nickname
I
growing
do.
up?
I'm not sharing it right now.
I didn't think so.
But I can tell you, when someone calls me that, I know them from way back.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
from the neighborhood.
That's right.
Yeah, so.
I had a nickname too. They used to call me Jay Bird.
Okay, I can see
I
that.
can see
I can see
that.
that.
That's
Like
good.
Jay Bird.
That fits
Jay
now.
My
Bird.
grandmother
It
called me
fits
that.
him.
So
Your grandmother.
my grandmother called me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
May she rest in peace.
Yeah, all right.
Sandra.
Don't
Okay,
leave
enough
Courtney
on the
and Troy
nicknames.
out. Or y'all forgetting Wes.
Wait,
You
what?
want to come talk, Wes?
Wait.
Wait.
Okay, I mean Wade.
Yeah, wait.
sorry.
We all
Just come on in, Wade.
I'd like Wade to talk
That's
a
why I
little
don't
bit.
care
Wade,
about
share your thoughts about the commissioner races.
Yeah, sure.
Look, Wade said he's just here for the peace and the Girl Scouts.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Wade
He's
Fowler.
former
Yeah,
city
I
council.
didn't mind having to wait because I got
Yeah.
to eat some pizza.
Yeah.
And I hate to tell
And
you
did
guys,
he
but
eat
there's
some
none
pizza?
left now. Nickname-wise, my nickname growing up was Rusty
Okay.
Rusty.
because
I
I,
know
was
Rusty.
named after my father. So I was Wade Russell Fowler Jr. So
Rusty. Okay.
I was
okay.
Rusty until I transferred from the county school system in the 7th grade to the city school system. Mm-hmm. So
I love these stories.
that was
Yeah.
it. I have
tell
an
stories.
interesting story. I have an interesting story to tell about Charles Evans.
Okay.
That goes back. No, it's really kind of neat. I forget what event it was at. We were at some event, and I got asked to go and introduce somebody, and it was at Seabrook Auditorium, and it was a more formal event, and I did not have a necktie. So I looked at Charles and said, "Charles, could I borrow your necktie?" And he took it right off and gave it to me to use. So I
That's very
thought
Charles.
that was a great symbol of across the aisle working together.
Did you give it back to him?
Yeah, I did give it back to him.
Good.
I thought about taking it because it was a pretty nice looking tie, but
So what are your thoughts about the races, Wade?
well,
What are
I
you
didn't get to
thinking?
vote in too many of them because I was on the wrong side of the voting sheets there. But I think for the one that's probably the toughest, if there are any Republicans out there, was trying to figure out who to vote for in the appeals court race because there were two people there. But generally, people don't know anything about the judges, and they're really important. They're really important people. Then when it came to the Senate race, I think the clear leader had to be Watley. He's the only one that really had any kind of campaign funds to work with. So that worked. On the interesting thing here on the sheriff's side is I don't know who is going to come out of it and win it, but it's pretty clear whoever wins the primary is going to win the general election. Simply because that's just the makeup of the county.
Yeah.
But I think the key thing, and I'll go back to an old race. I ran in Senate District 19. No, it wasn't 19. It was 21. It was that time 21. Senate District 21 against Eric Mansfield. And what was really nice about it was actually a good campaign. We actually talked about issues.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about each other. And I got told I needed to get all kinds of opposition research done on him.
Right.
And he was a doctor. And the stuff that came in was, gee whiz, somebody sued him for malpractice. Well, I was a drug rep. There wasn't a doctor I knew in the world that didn't get sued for
About insurance.
for somebody. And so finally, I just told I said, look, stop. I'll pay you whatever it's supposed to be paid, but don't send it because I'm not going to use any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And we would go to forums that were sponsored by the opposite party. There were several that were sponsored by the Republican side of the House, if you will. And Eric would be the only Democrat that would show up. And then there would be one sponsored by the Democrat side of the House, and I'd be the only Republican that showed up. And we would go out in the parking lot after doing it and have a great conversation about different stuff. And what was kind of nice was that you had people that had, wanted to do good things for the community, and we agreed on a lot of them, but we might have differed on how you got it done. And I'd like to just see more of that happening in our races. You were talking about that one race where it's just one negative ad after another after another.
Yeah.
You know what? If you can't tell me why to vote for you, don't tell me why not to vote for the other person.
Yeah. Agreed.
I just
That's good.
Yeah.
I just don't like it at all.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break, Wade. We'd love you to stick with us. Election Central 2026. We have a great team here, a lot of very talented and interesting people here. Please give us a call, though, at 910-483-6111 or check out our Facebook, WIDU 1600. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Your station for inspiration and information. 1600 AM, 99.7 FM, WIDU1600.com. We are WIDU Fayetteville. We do radio. Follow us on Facebook at WIDU 1600 AM.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. Today is primary election day, but many have already voted absentee or early. In a briefing, State Board of Elections Director Sam Hay says there was an issue with a voting site in Warren County.
Seoul City Fire Department precinct in Nutbush sustained fire damage. Thanks to the swift coordination between our emergency management and local elections partners, a mobile voting unit was dispatched, and voting has continued without disruption.
Celebrations erupted following the killing of Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Nafuri Savari danced the night away, joining in on celebration. She moved from Iran to the U.S. 15 years ago. She now is hopeful for the future of Iran.
We're supposed to have an election under international observation. Everybody from far left to far right can have a vote.
The average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline jumped 11 cents overnight to $3.11 in the U.S., according to Motor Club AAA. Middle East turmoil is to blame. This man is in Charlotte.
It scares me, man. We just started to get some lower prices. I was grateful for it, lower than I've seen in a long time. So if it spikes up, I'm going to be mad again at the government.
The Dow Jones and other stock indexes opened down sharply lower today. Stock analyst Michael Farr with Farr Crest Advisors says markets are trying to price in the war and the impact it's having on the U.S. and the world.
Costs from oil and energy for the economy are both headwinds. Certainly markets are reacting to both.
It's Severe Weather Preparedness Week across North Carolina. Spring is right around the corner. Stephen Pfaff is meteorologist in charge at the National Weather Center in Wilmington. He tells WWL WAY.
Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Stay away from doors and windows. Centermost part of the room is the best. Maybe it's a bathroom or a closet.
And the National Hurricane Center finds that Melissa is now the strongest hurricane ever recorded. You're listening to NCN News.
Our weather in the coming days is all about high pressure. It's a ridge that will build in, and when we have ridges this time of year, it tends to really warm up, and that's going to be the case starting tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies tonight, maybe some patchy fog, the low in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow, it's mostly sunny. Nice to see it return with highs in the mid-70s. Mostly sunny and warmer for your Thursday, upper 70s to lower 80s for the highs, and those 80s continue into the weekend. I'm meteorologist Mike Mays in the NCN Weather Center.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
Our weather in the coming days is all about high pressure. It's a ridge that will build in, and when we have ridges this time of year, it tends to really warm up, and that's going to be the case starting tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies tonight, maybe some patchy fog, the low in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow, it's mostly sunny. Nice to see it return with highs in the mid-70s. Mostly sunny and warmer for your Thursday, upper 70s to lower 80s for the highs, and those 80s continue into the weekend. I'm meteorologist Mike Mays in the NCN Weather Center.
And we're back to Election Central 2026 with a great team here. But first, before we get to our guest that's on the line, I got to turn it over to Simone Pemberton. She's got some very important news.
Yes, we received an update from Linda DeVore, who is the chair of the Board of Elections, and she said, good news. The download results are not taking much longer than usual. So just as we were here the last few times, it's the same amount of time. It's not going to be a lot longer than what we thought it was going to be.
Absolutely.
Basically. I said that terribly, but you get what I'm saying.
No, you didn't say it terribly. So now I think we're going to we're ready for our caller.
Yeah, we actually have a caller on. We've got Sheila Cuffey. She's a candidate for District 1 County Commission. So, Sheila?
Welcome, Sheila.
How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Hey,
good
Sheila.
evening.
Hi, Sheila. Great. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. A little tired. Been out since early this morning. And so we're just settling in for a moment and just sort of just taking it all in.
How many precincts did you make it out to?
Ooh, I
Roughly.
would say at least 6.
Okay.
At least 6.
And what did you see out there? What's the mood like? Did you feel like voting turnout was up?
I would say during the early voting, I would definitely say during early voting,
Okay.
the voting was up. I think we had over 14,000 who did early voting. And I'm not sure of all the exact numbers, but I do know, for instance, there wasn't a lot left as far as the Democrats
Right.
for each of the precincts that were in District 1. For instance, who was it? At 500, it was the church on on Country Club Drive.
Okay.
That particular church had over 500 Democratic votes that had not been cast as of last night.
Okay. Okay.
And there was a steady stream out there today. So I'm not sure if we captured the rest of that 500, but there was a steady stream all day at that particular location.
Okay. Sheila, it's Tony. We was talking earlier about the number of new first-time candidates in your district. Can you tell me what it was your choice? Why did you decide to run for this seat?
You know, I have been considering running for some time, and I had pretty much waited for the moment that Dr. Council would not run. I had been asked to run several times for city council, and I never really entertained it, and I had other things going on in my life, but the county was something I decided to do because I care about the county, and I felt called to do it.
Okay.
All right.
Can I ask you, were there any surprises? So this is the first time you ran for office. Anything that just jumped out at you that you weren't expecting? Was it smooth sailing all the way? I know it's a lot of hours, a lot of time that you had to put into it, but anything surprise you about the race?
You know, yes. See, I've been behind the scenes for a long time, mentoring people, pushing them forward, but to actually get out there and run and learn the details of it was a little more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
And fundraising is a chore in itself.
Oh, absolutely. It's usually not very fun, is it? Well, we wish you a lot of luck. Any questions from the group here? Anything else for Sheila?
Well, we want to say thank you so much for putting your hat in the ring.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I like it when we have new people coming. That means that we're still energized about our election process and, you know, what we can do for this county. So I thank you so much for putting your hat in the ring and, you know, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it, and good luck with the race, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope so too. So
Yes.
Thank you so much. You all have a blessed night.
You too,
All right,
Sheila.
you too.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Again, I'm being joined by Tony Morris, Dr. Kenwana McCrae, Wade Fowler, Myron Pitts, Sonia Cooper, and Simone Pemberton. And then behind the scenes here, we got Courtney Banks McLaughlin, and she is one of the co-results desk chiefs, which is very impressive, and along with Troy Williams.
They've been really getting those
That's a very impressive job title. I don't know who came up with that. Actually, I did. And then we have, of course, our airwaves architect, Paul Matthews. So, Paul, we couldn't do this without you.
Yep.
And we are, as Simone said, we are hopefully going to be getting some results sooner rather than later. We will continually update, but maybe we want to go to the next race.
Yes.
And what is that next race, Courtney and Troy?
Let's talk about the sheriffs. We have, this is going to be
That's gonna be a good one.
very interesting. We have Joe Baylor, Demetrio Perez, Jonathan Morgan, and Troy McDuffie.
Jonathan Morgan is the current sheriff, correct?
Correct.
Right.
He took the place of
Enos
Enos
Wright.
Enos
Right.
Wright. Did I
Retired.
just see Enos just endorsed
Troy.
McDuffie?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
McDuffie. McDuffie, and just I'm doing this by memory. He served as I think he was a police chief.
Police chief of Spring Lake.
At Spring Lake, and
Yeah.
he was
And
also
in-
was he a Cumberland County? No.
I think Red Springs.
Red Springs,
but
thank
he
you.
also served some law
And
enforcement
Hope
positions in
County.
Cumberland County, including with
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Got a lot of smart people in this room giving us. So it's going to be an interesting race. Has any of them, I know, so Troy and I can't remember the current
Morgan.
Jonathan Morgan.
The other two have experience in police or sheriff or law enforcement is the word I'm looking for.
They all do.
They all do. And do you know the candidates? I'm just sort of curious.
I know Mr. Baylor.
Right. Same.
And I've worked a little bit with Mr. Morgan. I met him a couple of times going out of my seat as Mayor Pro Tem in Hope Mills. So our police department works very closely with the sheriff's office. And I'm just familiar with Mr. Duffy from being in the police position in Spring Lake, but I am not familiar with Mr. Perez.
So I can share a little bit about them
Please.
from one of my colleagues, the Observer, did a profile of all of them. Mr. Baylor has had 30 years of experience. We mentioned experience, but that includes serving in the Army as a military police officer, MP, and also in military intelligence. He served with the North Carolina Department of Adult Corrections and was an adjunct instructor at Sand Hills Community College, where he educated inmates toward rehabilitation. We talked about Mr. McDuffie. He did spend 11 years at the Fayetteville Police Department.
Okay, that's right.
He was chief deputy with the Hope County Sheriff's Office, and he has been police chief in Red Springs and Spring Lake,
Wow,
which
it's a
we
lot
mentioned.
of experience.
And you know, when he came, well, you would know more about his time there at Spring Lake.
So was he at
Ms.
Spring Lake when
Cooper.
you've been there, Sonia?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So, and then Jonathan Morgan, of course, is the incumbent. He filled out the rest of Sheriff Wright's
So he was
term.
appointed. He did not
He
run.
was appointed
Okay.
by the commissioners, the Cumberland County Commissioners. Now, at that point, Wright actually endorsed him for that job.
Correct. Got it.
Since then, there's been a change of heart, and no need to get into all of that.
Yeah, got
but
it,
there
got
was, and now Wright is backing Mr. McDuffie.
Yeah.
But Morgan has a long resume, 28 years with the Sheriff's Office.
Wow.
And he also has served as a volunteer firefighter at the Stony Point Fire Department. So he's got some experience there. Mr. Perez, he's a safety and security specialist for Cumberland County Schools, safety and security team. He retired from the military, the Army, after 20 years of service, and for 18 years, roughly, he served as deputy with the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office. And in that role, he's been a school resource officer, gang investigator and supervisor, bilingual hostage negotiator, recruiter, and polygraphist. What is a polygraphist?
Polygraph.
Polygraph.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
polygraph.
There you go. I had to think about that for a second.
You gotta be careful of that word.
What did you think, Myron?
Let me look up pronunciation before I go back with that.
I was thinking polygraph.
Hey,
I was still not.
let's make it simple. He did polygraph. That's right. Lie
Let's
detectors.
put the other one on the resume.
Lie detectors, right?
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Lie detector.
Yeah, right. Lie detector.
A very experienced group.
Yeah, very experienced group. So we can't go wrong, really.
You always, in a case like this, incumbents have an advantage anyway, but in particular when it's the sheriff, a lot of times people will know the sheriff and they don't know anybody else. You know? So I think that does give Sheriff Morgan an advantage, but we just don't know. I mean, because there's like as we mentioned, there's a lot of experience that we just sketched out there.
George Brees, I remember, gives this statistic, and Troy, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's incumbents have like an 80% chance, something like that, of winning again. Yeah. And name recognition is huge.
Name recognition goes a long way.
It's huge. I think it's something like that. Yeah, Tony, I'm sorry. I interrupted.
You
That was very rude of me.
No, it wasn't.
It was very rude of me.
I was going to say, I don't think the word that Ennis changed his support is really getting out there. So there are a lot of people who are going to vote based off of that factor.
Original
Because,
She's probably correct. Yeah, I think you're correct.
A lot
about
of
that.
news. I mean, a lot of this election information doesn't travel to most of the voters.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Good point.
And we also need to think about what the sheriff does. You know, everybody just thinks of law enforcement, but they have other duties,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
that they have to do, and that's going to be important, you know, as to who's, you know, the top person for our sheriff department. It's not just law enforcement, and they cover the county.
Yeah.
You know, they do a lot. You know,
They
And
sure do, right.
If you think about churches, you know, you see deputies on duty. Especially, unfortunately, churches have to have deputies now, so
That's
they're
right.
doing that duty as well.
Yeah.
You know, we got the SROs. There's a lot that our sheriff department does, and law enforcement in general. But it's not just law enforcement as you know, is the only thing. Because if I'm not mistaken, the sheriff also works with like some of the group homes and things of that
they
nature.
do.
Is
That's
that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So,
Right.
and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know
Yeah.
that's what they have to patrol as well. So, you
Yeah,
know.
it is a very involved and complex position, and I believe you may have been at the one of the forums we were at. I know it was brought up. It was the commissioners forum. They were asking the commissioners, well, what about if the sheriff starts getting pressure from ICE? For working with them, and that's another major decision that the
Correct.
sheriff would be involved
Right.
in.
Oh,
So it's a very key role. I think a lot of people can kind of think it's almost ceremonial, but it's nothing could be further from the truth.
You speak about ICE. There were a couple of sheriff's departments in Maryland that decided to go against what the governor said and was supporting ICE.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a salute by our results desk chief. He's saluting. And I don't know what that means, but he is giving a salute. I'd like to also give out, we still got more to talk about, but please give us a call at 910-483-6111 if you'd like to chat. If you're a candidate, please give us a call. We also have our Facebook site. We'd love you to send us a comment, question, anything. WIDU 1600. Wade Fowler, do you want to share anything about the sheriffs? Any thoughts about that race? And he's getting up very slowly. Could take him about 3 minutes to get to the mic. I shouldn't call him. That was wrong for me to call him out. It was very slow, and I just couldn't help but notice it. Sorry, Wade.
I am crippled right now. So
It just seemed like very
takes me a
slow.
little bit to get going. I sat for such a long time before you called on
Sorry,
me.
it was a
Jay.
slow motion getting up. But anyway, Wade, please share.
This is the only thing I have to say about the sheriff's race. It just seems like the history of the sheriff succession plan in Cumberland County has been the sitting sheriff decides to leave the seat just before the next election and appoints the person, you know, with the in concert with the county commissions. And then that person stays on and doesn't have anybody of consequence anyway run against them until they decide that they're done, and then they leave the seat early and appoint whoever they want. It seems like it's continued that way until this election, because now the previous sheriff, Sheriff Wright, decided he wants somebody different this time. And so it's kind of interesting to see how it's going to turn out.
That is a change because of course.
At first he wanted one, and now he wants a different one. So I mean, it's just kind of interesting to see that. But that's been the history. I think going all the way back to Otis Jones.
Yeah.
Are these 4-year terms for sheriff?
They
Am I
are,
right,
yeah.
or what is it? How does it work?
Okay, well, he died in office, so he took the extreme way of leaving early.
Yeah, and then of course Sheriff Wright got the endorsement of the Sheriff Moose Butler.
I remember Moose. How could you forget that person?
Right, yeah.
That name was. I always see him on TV.
Well,
Well,
that's
you know
been
what, they always-
controversial around that too recently.
Yeah.
That I think might have brought some attention to this race with
Please share.
Sheriff Morgan having the picture with Earl, the former Moose Butler, and indirectly saying that it was an endorsement,
Right.
but it's really not. And then
because
some of the
he's passed away.
yeah, he's passed
Oh,
away.
he passed away.
Yeah, he's
Moose
passed,
passed
yeah.
away.
Did not
yes.
know that.
And then it's the
3 years
county
ago.
commissioners
Oh.
and some other people on his material, and it looks like an endorsement where
got
they're
it.
saying we didn't endorse you.
Got
Yeah.
it.
And so
That's
there's
interesting.
been some front page coverage, some
Yeah,
controversy
I wrote something about
Yeah,
that,
so
yeah.
that might draw some attention to this race.
Myron, you
It
wrote something about
I did,
it. Wow.
yeah. Just what
Interesting.
Kenwana just said. I talked to Senator Applewhite. She was one of the State Senator Applewhite. It was a picture where she was posing with, which is not unusual. You know, you do go to the same event, sheriff's there, pose with him.
Yeah.
And he didn't call an endorsement. He just said, you know, I'm here with Senator Applewhite.
Right.
But I think the ones that
It's
were
misleading.
the ones that were the most controversial were certainly what Kenwana mentioned at top, that he had Sheriff Bruce Butler. And we interviewed him, a reporter interviewed him, in a separate story.
Yeah.
And he was saying it's something someone told him, Sheriff Butler said.
Oh, God.
So that's not even a direct endorsement. And of course, in the meantime, when Butler would have said that, he had already handpicked, you know, Ennis Wright, who was the chief deputy at the time.
Got it.
And then the other thing was the commissioner's vote, which you also mentioned. You know, it wasn't an endorsement, and the county commissioner chairman, I thought, actually did an excellent job of laying all that out. Kirk Devier. That was a vote for him to fill out the rest of Sheriff Wright's term. But on the ad, you see the commissioners, I can't remember if their hands are raised.
Something
or,
like that.
Something
yeah,
like that,
so
yeah.
it looks like, oh, yeah, we like this
Oh,
guy.
got it.
So that was a little bit of controversy. But I do agree with Commissioner Cooper in that I think a lot of this stuff we know, we've heard about.
Sure.
But a lot of the average voter
It
is just
doesn't
not
trickle
tuned
down
in
to the
what they
average.
call it inside baseball,
Yeah,
so to speak.
that's
so
true.
a lot of voters probably do still believe that Sheriff Wright endorsed.
Got it.
Right.
Mr.
Got it.
Morgan.
But I do want to say one of the things that's going to be really important is whoever takes that position, they are going to have a lot of work to do because the sheriff's department has been underfunded for a long time.
That's right.
That's why we have the issue with the SROs and
Yeah,
all kind
right.
of other things. So whoever it is going to have to roll up their sleeves and do the work.
Yeah.
Got it.
And you're
An
gonna have to
interesting
do, you know,
point.
yeah. And how to recruit more, law enforcement, because that's
Yeah.
the big thing that's going on right
A
now.
lot of
trying to
vacancies
Yeah,
in the
Yeah,
department.
that's a nationwide
And we're all
problem.
competing.
Right.
So, you know,
Right,
like
yeah, right.
Hope
Yeah.
Mills and
Hope Mills.
Fayetteville and
Spring
Canada
Lake.
County and Spring Lake and
Yeah.
even neighboring counties over Robeson County,
Yeah.
we're all
And-
competing.
yeah.
But like Commissioner Cooper said, you know, I was last May, I was a mayor pro tem when we found out 2 months before school was going to start. We weren't, the county, the sheriffs was handling that. And it's
Yeah.
kind of easy to almost forget about that stuff when somebody else is handling it.
Sure.
But
Right,
it was
right,
like in your lap. You got 2 months to figure this out. So
Yeah.
you got to cover, you got to get equipment, you got to get cars, you got to get uniforms, you got to get manpower, you got to
Yeah.
get crossing guards. And that, you know, it was panic, but it was kind of like the sheriff was handling that. But he was saying he was short. You know, on his end, he was like, I
Right.
got to pull officers out of the schools.
Yeah.
And then it was splitting SRO officers up in schools. My daughter goes to Southview. I think they have one, and then maybe they talked about two. You know, they have issues. They are talking about adding 3 officers at that school.
Wow.
That's how, and I don't think people really understand like what's really going on behind the
Right,
scenes.
right.
And so we all had a meeting. It was Cumberland County, Spring Lake, Hope Mills, Fayetteville. This sheriff's office, like when people don't vote or when they don't think about this stuff, you got kids in school. That sheriff's officer, that county sheriff position is going to be key in helping us figure this problem
That's
out
right.
because
Right,
it cannot be solved in a silo and isolated
That's right.
situation. Even how, I mean, you know, you're in one minute you're in the county, the next minute you're in Spring Lake, or 1 minute you're in Hope Mills, the
your
next minute you're in
donuts.
Fayetteville. So and we have
Yeah.
these donuts areas. So we heavily, especially the smaller municipalities, we heavily rely on the county to help us out, and they do like training, big task force operations together. I didn't understand until I was in municipal government
Right.
how important some of these roles are and how much they really depend on one another.
absolutely.
So that's really a race that I hope people really pay attention to.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I'm going to go to our results desk chiefs. Troy and Troy, and don't tell me here.
Courtney.
And Courtney
tell me.
Banks McLaughlin. Sorry
Shame
about
on
that.
you.
It's
Shame
my bad.
on you.
Oh
Somebody
my
take
God!
his
I
mic.
I do have an excuse. Let's go to the results desk, chiefs.
But I want to talk a little about the sheriff's office. Now, understand now, yes, the sheriff has a statutory responsibility to handle the security at the courthouse, the serving of papers, and also jail and detention. However, understand that the coverage that deputies once had, they no longer have that because of the city of Fayetteville and Hope Mills and all those people incorporating areas that they once would had to patrol, they no longer have to patrol. Understand, if you were going down, say, because I was a sheriff's deputy once, if you were going down Bragg Boulevard, right when you get to the bypass, you were in the county. If you were on Murchison Road and you, not soon after you cross over Pamela Country Club Drive, you were in the county. All those areas now are in the city, going all the way out to, Grace Creek, City Creek, all those areas that are in the city now. So I understand the whole budgetary piece, but understand they don't have the responsibility for patrolling that they once had.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah,
We had
great.
historical annexation during my time on Hope Mills City Council. I can't call out all the acres that we annexed, but that's a very good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, when I grew up in Foxfire, we were in the county.
Yeah, y'all were in the county.
We sure were, yeah. So you
Wow.
come just on the other side of the mall, all that was county.
Wow.
Right, so.
We got 2 minutes till the
Yeah.
break. So thoughts before we get on to another group of. I think we can talk about judges and some of the state representative positions.
I
Any
had
thoughts
a
before we go to a
quick
break?
question, not so much about the race, but about the SROs.
Yeah.
It's split between agencies now, right? So Hope Mills has some of the SRO, or no?
So we had to take over ours.
Right.
They agreed to
the
help
schools in
continue
your-
to help. Yeah. So
Okay, right.
But we don't have as many. Like we don't have the problem that Fayetteville has because Grays Creek and Jackbird are in the county. So
Right.
those are not our schools. The only high school that we have is Southview and a
Southview.
couple of other elementary
Okay,
schools.
gotcha.
But they agreed to continue on with Spring Lake.
We do
so-
have a caller
okay,
on the
gotcha.
line, so we're going to go to this caller. We're very excited. Who could this caller be?
We're going to be on the lines now, and we have one of the candidates for the at-large, and that's going to be Tony Stewart.
All right.
Good evening.
Dr. Stewart.
Hey, Tony.
yeah.
Good evening, Tony.
Hey, Dr. Stewart.
What good news do you have for us? Anything you'd like to share with our group, or questions, or maybe we have some questions for Tony, Dr. Stewart.
You can call me Tony tonight. You can ask me whatever you want. The good news is that the election period is over.
Now, Dr. Stewart, is Byron Pitts. You, of course, had been on the board before, so you're not new to campaigning. Since the last time you were campaigning, what has changed out there?
Well, I've never run in an off-season election.
Okay.
So the
Interesting.
numbers were challenging for me
Yeah.
to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have never run at large.
Got it.
So I didn't have 77 precincts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't imagine.
That's a
So
lot
it's
of
a lot.
territory.
That is a lot of territory.
So you put a lot more miles on the car this time.
Listen, a whole lot of miles, a lot of gas.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was all worth it. It was all worth it. Every single vote mattered. It didn't matter where I was at. If I saw a car pulling up, I was jumping out. I was backing up, jumping out, going to get that voter. It didn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything different with this time going out there and running for office as opposed to previous times? Anything different for you? Anything more challenging?
Not more challenging, but I am different. I am different. The last election, I had lost my mother.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I am different. And I tell you what, this campaign did so much for me. it woke me up even more. And election season is my favorite season of all. I'll go to the precincts if I'm not even on the ballot, just because I love everything about it. The people and touching the people and just being there with the people and the other candidates. And, you know, they have so many great ideas and fresh ideas and all of that. So that felt good to me to be back in that capacity.
All right. All right.
Were there many? I'm just curious. Were there many debates this time around, Myron? Did you any debates with the candidates?
Dr. Stewart might be better off answering that to me. Well, it didn't seem like there have been a lot of forums before the.
No, no, there wasn't that many. I think that there were maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it could have been it's a short turnaround because you all had to file in December, and was that the holidays and Christmas, and then the primaries in March.
Yeah.
So it's not a long time frame for you all to get forums in and everything else compared to now going forward. Yeah.
Yeah, and there were 2 forums that were during early voting, and I had expressed that we don't need to be sitting in a forum,
right?
Because that's when we preach to the choir.
Right. Yeah. Gotta talk to people.
We need to be out there with the people, because some people never voted before, not consistent with voting, but we need to be out there with people, not preaching to the choir. Those people already are informed. That's why they're sitting there.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And
Tony.
so that was challenging for me.
Yeah. Tony, this is Tony.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
Tony and Tony. Hi.
Just need one more.
Yeah. We just have that. We bring Judge Tony on. Have it Tony.
I like that.
I do too.
Question. Having served on the commission and then had the break, and now, are there any challenges coming back onto the commission that you feel that you would have to be different from the first time you was on, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it's a whole new dynamic. I could have waited until District 2 ran again, but so much has changed that I couldn't wait. And one of the things that we have to do, I think, is, especially with me being a former commissioner, is gain the trust of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, there's been a lot of talk about the previous board. Well, that's me.
Right.
Right.
It's true,
I'm the
right.
previous board. And so having the people trust that Tony was doing right by the people. I'm not saying I can't account for anybody else motives or anything like that, but Tony advocated for the people and stood up for the people. And Tony remains Tony.
Right.
And so just gaining that trust again and overcoming so much of what has happened. We had a hard pause on a lot of projects. And we got to move forward. So how can we do that effectively? And, I don't like even saying with transparency, because to me that's a given, but it's not. Right? And so just moving forward in a manner that's going to be beneficial for the citizens of Cumberland County.
Well, we really appreciate you calling us, Dr. Stewart. We wish you luck. We're going to go take a break. We got some very exciting
Thank
news.
you, Dr.
Results
Stewart.
are coming in. So we're going to be announcing, when we come back from this break, we're going to be announcing results. Thank you again, Tony, for giving us a call. If other folks want to give us a call, you can call us at 910-483-6111 or visit our Facebook page at WIDU 1600. Give us a question. We're going to be sharing results when we come back, and we'll see you shortly.
It's Election Day across North Carolina. Issues at one Halifax County precinct will mean a delay in releasing statewide primary results. They're now expected to be released initially sometime in the 8 o'clock hour. A number of races, including in the U.S. Senate, where Democratic former Governor Roy Cooper and Republican National Committee Chair Michael Whatley are expected to win their respective primaries. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and other administration officials went before lawmakers today explaining the objectives of the war against Iran. A Minnesota county attorney may pursue charges against federal officers for alleged misconduct during an immigration crackdown in the Minneapolis area. The prosecutor says her office is already investigating 17 incidents, including the January 21 case where Border Patrol official Greg Bovino threw a smoke canister at protesters. Atlanta outfielder Jurickson Profar faces a possible 162-game MLB suspension after a second failed performance-enhancing drug test. Bruce Farrell, NCN News.
For a whole lot of us, the clouds stayed put this afternoon, but they will clear up this evening, becoming partly cloudy. We'll watch for some fog to develop. It's milder tonight with upper 40s to low 50s. Finally, the sunshine returns tomorrow, and in return, it's a warmer day. Mid-70s are expected. Thursday is mostly sunny and warmer with upper 70s to low 80s for the highs. Partly cloudy on Friday, low 80s, and low 80s are likely to continue into the weekend. I'm meteorologist Mike Mays in the NCN Weather Center.
We're back with Election Central 2026. Boy, do we got some exciting news. Results are trickling in. Again, I'm being joined by Tony Morris, Myron Pitt, Simone Pemberton, Wade Fowler, Courtney Banks McLaughlin, Dr. Kenwana McCrae, Sonia Cooper, our great Paul Matthews, our airwaves architect, and I'm going to give it now to Troy Williams and Courtney Banks McLaughlin. I did it again. Results desk chief. Go on, folks.
And so we're back. Now, let's deal with the county sheriff's office race first. We have 24 of 77 precincts reporting. Troy McDuffie with 7,990 and 955 votes with 50%. The incumbent sheriff, Jonathan Morgan, 4,113 with 26%. Mr. Perez with 16% at 2,500, and Joe Baylor with 1,100 votes at 7.3%.
So that was the race we were, one of the races we were just talking about. So what do we think? Troy McDuffie, as we mentioned, did get the backing of the previous sheriff prior to the current one, Mr. Ennis Wright, former Sheriff Wright. Jonathan T. Morgan, the incumbent, is trailing with 26% of the vote. However, there's 24 of 77 precincts, so we're not even at the halfway point yet. So
it could still go either way.
It could go either way because we've seen some of the bigger precincts may come in. So just
and usually when you've got some kind of controversy or something like that, you normally see something like this where it's just really close and people do come out and they vote, which is a positive side of it.
Right, whatever gets people out to the polls.
Right, right.
Okay, do we have any more results we'd like to read? Who wants to go with some more results?
Yes.
Simone, you want to take it?
Sure. Let's do County Commission District 1. So Glenn Adams, who is the incumbent, he's at 28%. First of all, this is 8 out of 26 precincts,
so there's a ways
not
to go.
very much. Yeah, there's a long way to go. He's at 28.22%. He's leading this group so far. Then we've got Sheila Cuffey at 25.83%. Larry Wright, 2285. Did I do that right? Sheila is 2583. Larry Wright is 2285. Okay. Terry Thomas is 17.83, and Gary Mo Murray is 5.27%.
So with that few precincts reporting 8 of 26 so far, that's still anybody's race.
Anybody's race.
And this is a top two advance.
Right. And then county commissioners at large, we've got 24 of 77 reporting. We've got Charles Evans with 33%, 8,957.
Wow.
We got Veronica Jones at 15%, at 19%, and she's got 5,093 votes. And then Tony Stewart is in the third position. She's got 15% at 4,125 votes. And Mario B. is in the fourth position, and he's got 3,303 points. Again, and then Marshall Faircloth is in the next position with
Interesting.
10% at
Who is an incumbent.
He's an incumbent.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's at 2,704. And William Toonk Wesley, he's at 2,619. So in that race, we all have 24 of 77 precincts that are reporting.
Still
The good
ways to
news
go.
is we're getting them earlier than we thought.
Yes.
So that's very
That's
encouraging.
very good.
Yeah.
Could we talk about, if we could, there are a couple other races I think we should hit. One is House District 43, both Democrats and Republicans, and also House, I think it's
45.
45, yeah.
45.
Could we hit those numbers, please?
Yeah, 45.
Because I can't read them, my eyes.
Yeah.
Let's deal with 43.
Do it 43. Sounds
People thought
great.
that race might be a little closer than it is at this point, but that's just 5 out of 23
23.
precincts reporting.
Right.
The incumbent Diane Wheatley, 1,145 at 59%, and Clarence Goins at 788 at 40.77%.
Considerable lead.
Right.
Early.
So you have also still 5 out of 23 for House District 43, which is that is the incumbent Diane Wheatley, but opposition Janine Ackles 26, 38 at 67%, and Ron Pittman at 1,263 at 32%.
And I know Janine has run on several occasions.
Yes.
I don't think she's ever, has she won a race before?
No.
But this would be,
Right,
okay,
right.
got it. Because
I'm just looking at the contrast in the number of voters for the Republican versus the Democrats. I know we lean
Yeah.
heavy Democrat here, but I mean,
But
this is.
isn't that a Republican-leaning district?
It's plus it's a primary, so we
Yeah.
wouldn't have as many people on our ballot.
Well,
Is that
she's
what
looking
you
at
mean?
total numbers.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
on-
total number of votes.
Right, it's just fewer Republican
Janine
voters.
has 2,600, and Diane. Just looking at Diane and Clarence, the number of votes, and it's the same number of precincts.
Yeah, and I wonder if you had any insight on that Troy. A lot of times the voters' perception, whether or not the incumbent is really going to get beat, will, reduce turnout. So I'm wondering if that's what's going on there, or is there just more enthusiasm on the Democrat side of the aisle?
So we're going to our results desk chiefs.
Sure.
Courtney and Troy, please. We'd like to go by the title if we could. Myra.
I believe
It's all about titles.
I couldn't remember the title right now.
I believe there's more enthusiasm because you have more candidates.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Those of us that are registered Republican, we walk in, there's very little on our ballot.
Oh,
That's what I was referring to.
But
Yeah,
I would
right.
say that one race,
Gotcha.
though, on the Democratic side, I'm looking for this because the Raleigh N&O did a story on this race between Francis Jackson and
Qdaric.
Qdaric.
Covington.
Yeah.
That's House District 45. Right now, with 7 out of 17, she is 59% at 2,500 votes. 2,526 votes. And Covington is 1728 at 40%.
And Francis is the incumbent.
She's incumbent.
It's an update. They
Oh, it's
now
just
have
updated?
It's updated?
15 or 17
They sure did.
precincts.
You just refreshed
And
it.
Francis has 60.65, and he has 39.35.
That one's over.
I think we can call that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. We can call
I'd like
that
to just one update that's very close. U.S. Senate Roy Cooper's at 88%. And I thought folks would be interested in that one. I'm
right.
sorry. You guys keep going.
So, yeah, the race, District 45, as was mentioned, there's 15 of 17 precincts reporting.
Right.
So Francis Jackson, the current incumbent Representative Jackson, is at 60%. So it's not officially called, but she's going to win that race.
Yeah, and they have no Republican challengers. So whoever wins this race, they'll go on the ballot for the general election. But they'll go on to be the representative for the district, which is my district.
I just looked at, let me see, District 1 county commissioners, and that's gotten very close. Again, 17 of 26. Glenn Adams is at 27%, and Sheila Cuffey's at 26%.
Okay.
Wow.
Everybody's under 30. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Everybody's under 30. So that's interesting. Now, in the at-large, Charles Evans is the only person above 30.
Yeah,
He's
good
at
point.
32. What does that mean,
second.
Myron? If Charles is the only person that gets over 30, then is there a runoff between the next two people or something?
That I'm not sure, but I know who I'm going to have call in. I'm going to try to get Ms. Grimes at the Board of Elections to call in.
I talked to her.
And give us some insight on that, because I had the exact same question you did,
But we
Troy.
still got, we still got quite a few precincts. I don't know how big they are, because that's 53 of 77. So we still got a little ways to go.
And I tried to get a hold of Linda, so again, I'm going to ask our Board of Elections Chair, Linda DeVore, give us a call if you can and provide some information, help clarify some things. Give us a call at 910-483-6111.
I think what I read is that though the two below him will have to run again in May.
Okay.
There'll be another.
That would be something
that's right. The extra runoff. That's right.
Yeah, there'll be an
That's right.
additional runoff in May.
In May. That's right.
If you don't
I know the
get
date is May
30%.
12th.
Yeah.
There you go, May
That would be
12th.
it. Yeah,
Thank
if
you
they
for
don't get
that.
it. Okay.
But I mean, I just found it interesting, because the whole 30%, but now in District 1, no one is above 30%.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got calls and text out to someone on the Board of Elections, so we'll see, get some clarification on that for our listeners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we're still looking at in that District 1 race. We still have got 9 precincts that are out. So
Right.
we got a little ways to go.
But that's a
Wade,
lot to
would you
make
like
up.
to share anything about any of the races, please?
Actually, I got something to say about one of the comments made that I think is really important for both sides here. I don't know.
Please come on and Mr. Fowler would we'd love you to share some thoughts. You're moving better.
Yeah, he was already standing.
I just thought I would say it.
That's because I was standing longer.
I know.
That's really your second shot.
I don't have a filter. That's my problem. Okay, go on, Wade.
Two points about things that were brought up. One about the lower turnout on the Republican side than you would expect. I mean, literally, when I went to vote, I had 2 races to vote on: the Senate and the appeals court.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of Republicans are used to that, and so they don't really turn out big in the primaries unless there's just something, big. And I think
That's
they did
interesting.
try to bring up a little stuff on Diane Wheatley to try to generate interest to unseat her on the Republican side, and that goes back to the mayor's race when she was part of a group of people that endorsed Tisha Waddell for mayor, and she wasn't a registered Republican. And somebody actually hit me up about that this morning, and that they thought that was going to be detrimental for her, and they thought it should be detrimental for her. And I said, wait a minute, you need to vote for the best person. And I told this guy, I mean, everybody knows I was chairman of the Republican Party here for a while. I said, I went for Tisha Waddell. I've known her a long time.
Yeah.
I knew her while she was on city council, and to me, I thought she was the best candidate. So, and I told him why and everything. He said, "Well, thanks for telling me that. Well, a lot of times we don't hear stuff like that." I said, "Well, you need to start listening." And then, and then the other thing is that what's disappointing, and I think that hearing that the Republicans will not run anybody in some of these races is actually a reason why they'll never win. You can't win if you don't run,
Right.
and you can't you can't sit there and say you care and then not run, even though you think it's stacked against you.
Yeah.
I ran against in a majority district for state senate, not because I thought I had a great chance to win, but I thought I had a great chance to get a message out that needed to be get out, that people wouldn't hear if somebody wasn't running in that race. Not for the short term, but for the long term. You don't win hearts in 10 minutes.
That's right.
Yeah,
It
good
takes
point.
time, and it takes effort, and it
Right.
takes
Right.
a willingness to go and go and go again.
Yeah.
And it is just chickening out when you don't try to make an effort to do it. And that's where I think, and I'm a registered Republican. That's where I
Yeah.
think my party misses it. They, just as if you would say, they'll sit around and talk with each other and say, you know what, the Democrats are just taking the blacks for granted. And I said, okay, well, aren't you? If you're not running, if you think that, if we're not got people running, then we're doing the same thing, but we're just taking it from a different angle. They're never going to vote for me. Well, they're never going to vote for you if you don't go ask for the vote.
Yeah.
And so I want more
That's
people
where
to
it
get
starts.
involved, and if they want to make a difference, the way they make a difference is starting getting the message out and realizing that, it's going to take a number of people that are willing to go get the message out and lose, but to start winning converts a little at a time.
Now, I will say before we get to our
And
caller,
we do have a caller.
Thanks for that,
Yeah,
Wade.
thank you, Wade.
The sheriff's race, these are all Democrats currently on the ballot.
Yes.
But there is a Republican opponent in the general election,
Correct.
LaRue Wyndham, who I
Yep.
think he was running before.
Yep.
Yeah.
So going in, long shot, but in line with what Wade
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
talking about.
Right.
Absolutely. I think we're going to go to our caller now. Can we talk to our caller?
No.
Apparently,
I think
they-
my last little talking there, they
I
probably
think that
hung up
just-
during that time.
Wow.
Just too much.
So maybe we'll get our
Can
caller
I
back
add
in a minute or so.
Jay, can I add something
Oh, yes,
to what,
Simone.
to what you
Simone
said?
would love to add something. Please.
Yes,
add.
I would. Not about sports this time. Yes, thank
Oh,
you.
it is not sports.
Yes, she
Oh,
left
darn.
an opening for me. I appreciate that. So I actually fully agree with what Wade said. We see a lot of, and this is across the board, but I'm speaking specifically to those that are registered Republican, and I am registered Republican for those online who may not know. There's a lot of fighting back and forth about things that don't necessarily matter. And you'll hear people name calling, and you'll hear, someone's a rhino, which means that usually just means that they just disagree with you. It doesn't
Right.
mean that you are actually deserting the party. And it is so detrimental, and it makes people run.
Yeah.
It makes people run. So when I ran, it was the same situation. I was running in a D17 or something, which meant that I likely would not win.
Yeah.
Right.
But I wasn't run by the Republican Party. I ran.
Yeah,
I
got
ran
it.
because I was looking
Actually
at what
did
was
not know
happening.
that, yeah.
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 It wasn't the party that put me out to do it. I saw what was going on, and I said, I don't like this. We're getting people voting against our stuff, things that we need.
Good for you.
And we've got to bring money back.
Yeah.
And so there are people in our county, in our state, who feel the exact same way on both sides of the aisle.
Of course.
And you don't have to wait for a party to say, go run. Go run.
Yeah.
And of course, get the support of your party.
Yeah.
But go run. I mean, all of us and everyone who's ever been elected had to have that unction within them.
Yeah.
Now, some people
Yeah.
are doing some weird stuff, and they've
Right.
got some crazy ambition, and,
Right.
and we don't like them anyway. Yeah. I mean, they probably make good politicians,
Yeah.
but we don't like them.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm talking about the people who are actually caring about their local community that
Yeah.
aren't distracted by the national stuff,
Right.
which is hard not to be distracted.
It is hard.
But to focus on here's what needs to happen, and here's what I'm willing to do
Yeah.
for it.
Thank you,
So,
Simone.
yeah.
We do have our caller on the line, despite Myron's comments. she's back with us. Hello, caller.
Hello,
Hi, who are we speaking with?
Irene Grimes.
Okay, yeah.
Hi, Irene. How are you?
Thanks for calling in, Irene. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, Myron.
So she is a longtime member of the Cumberland County Board of Elections and a former chair of the Board of Elections. So,
Yeah.
And
We
a
have
lot more
questions.
importantly-
What'd you say?
A lot more importantly, I'm a former poll worker.
That's all right.
Okay.
Former poll worker, right? So, Irene, can you help walk us through how the 30% rule works in terms of this primary?
Are we talking about the sheriff's race specifically?
We are talking about this sheriff's race, right?
Okay. So a candidate has to reach the 30% threshold. And with as many candidates as we have,
Yeah.
it looks, well, I'm not in the prediction business, so I'm not going to predict what's going to happen.
Of course, right.
But the results are still rolling in, so it's really, really too early to talk about any of these things, I think.
Okay, well, the other race was the commissioner's race. We were just wondering if nobody, and even more so maybe in that race, if nobody gets 30%, what happens?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure because it's a 2-seat race.
Gotcha.
That's something I would have to look up to. I don't want to tell you.
Okay, yeah, no.
I don't want to guess.
We wouldn't want you to guess. But I appreciate it. Now, in terms of your position, I know you love voting. I saw a tweet from you, like, I don't know when you sent it, but you're already out there tweeting to people, telling people about the polls. So it's obviously very important to you, and not just because you hold that job. You clearly love it. What are you seeing out there this election that stood out to you?
Well, I see a lot more interest, and I think that just proves how important local races are, because I think people are more interested because of the local races that we have going on.
That's good.
I think people understand that are starting to understand that local races affect them more. So when we have contested, multi-candidate local races, people are more interested.
Okay. Okay.
So I think that's what's happening, and you will see when the numbers start coming in. I think you will probably see a high voter participation in Spring Lake, and that's because one of the candidates for sheriff is the former police chief in Spring Lake.
Yeah, that's right.
So and you're right. I mean, this is like today's Christmas Day for me. Yeah.
So what kind of, and I know it's still, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. It's still early, but what kind of turnout, based on what you've seen so far, do you think we're going to wind up having? Like, what kind of ballpark?
I think the last time we took a count was at 4 o'clock. And at that point, we were just shy of 10,000 for today.
Okay. For today.
So.
Okay.
For today.
Gotcha.
Just for today.
Right. Okay.
So, so I think you'll see that voter participation is up a little bit. I don't know if you saw my last tweet, but we were able to shut down the voting machines by 7:50.
Okay.
Which is significantly earlier that had been anticipated by some.
Yes, we had heard your colleague, Mr. Vore, had reached out to Jay with that information.
Yes.
Yeah.
What percentage? Go on.
No, now I just heard. I'm inside the Board of Elections office, so I don't have access to like the stream, but I heard the results are already being out there.
They are. Yeah. We've been talking about them. Yeah.
My brain's starting to, adrenaline.
Long
running.
day, yeah.
We anticipated we didn't start seeing results till 8:30 because there was a precinct in Halifax that was allowed to stay open later.
Right.
And of course, the state will not release results until the last precinct in the state closes.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. By that time, we had uploaded a lot of our results already, so the results you're seeing include early voting, I believe, and some of the precincts.
Okay, we definitely appreciate the work of your team and the staff down there and all the great work they do.
And thank you, Ms. Grimes, for calling us and providing some clarification. We really appreciate it. We're getting more results in. It's getting very exciting. We're going to come back in a couple minutes. You've been listening to Election Central 2026 on the WIDU Radio Network. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Your station for inspiration and information. 1600 AM, 99.7 FM, WIDU1600.com. We are WIDU Fayetteville. We do radio. Follow us on Facebook at WIDU 1600 AM.
NCI News. I'm Mike Riley. Today is primary election day, but many have already voted absentee or early. In a briefing, State Board of Elections Director Sam Hayes says there was an issue with a voting site in Warren County.
Seoul City Fire Department precinct in Nutbush sustained fire damage. Thanks to the swift coordination between our emergency management and local elections partners, A mobile voting unit was dispatched, and voting has continued without disruption.
Celebrations erupted following the killing of Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Nafuri Savari danced the night away, joining in on celebration. She moved from Iran to the U.S. 15 years ago. She now is hopeful for the future of Iran.
We're supposed to have an election under international observation. Everybody from far left to far right can have a vote.
The average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline jumped 11 cents overnight to $3.11 in the U.S., according to Motor Club AAA. Middle East turmoil is to blame. This man is in Charlotte.
It scares me, man. We just started to get some lower prices. I was grateful for it, lower than I've seen in a long time. So if it spikes up, I'm going to be mad again at the government.
The Dow Jones and other stock indexes opened down sharply lower today. Stock analyst Michael Farr with Farr Crest Advisors says markets are trying to price in the war and the impact it's having on the U.S. and the world.
Costs from oil and energy for the economy are both headwinds. Certainly markets are reacting to both.
It's severe weather preparedness week across North Carolina. Spring is right around the corner. Stephen Pfaff is meteorologist in charge at the National Weather Center in Wilmington. He tells WWAY.
Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Stay away from doors and windows. Centermost part of the room is the best. Maybe it's a bathroom or a closet.
And the National Hurricane Center finds that Melissa is now the strongest hurricane ever recorded. You're listening to NCN News.
For a whole lot of us, the clouds stayed put this afternoon, but they will clear up this evening, becoming partly cloudy. We'll watch for some fog to develop. It's milder tonight with upper 40s to low 50s. Finally, the sunshine returns tomorrow, and in return, it's a warmer day. Mid-70s are expected. Thursday is mostly sunny and warmer with upper 70s to low 80s for the highs. Partly cloudy on Friday, low 80s, and low 80s are likely to continue into the weekend. I'm meteorologist Mike Mays in the NCN Weather Center.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
And we're back with Election Central 2026. Boy, do we have a lot of energy in this room tonight. I had a caller. Someone said that I was low energy. I'm a little offended, but that's all right. We're going to keep moving here.
Get your energy up, Jay.
That was really very, very cool. But we all have energy. But I'm going to turn it really quick to Simone because she has a very big update for us.
Yes, and hopefully it makes you feel better. But I found out just now that I need reading glasses. So I'm borrowing hers to read this, and I can see it well.
Thank you.
All right, so we just received this. This is in reference to the question about the 30%. If no one gets above 30%, and this is coming from Linda DeVore, the determination, this is crazy, the determination of election results in cities using the election and runoff election method, that's the section that this is coming from, except as otherwise provided in this section, nonpartisan municipal elections in cities running the election and runoff election method shall be determined by the majority of votes cast. And I believe that's the bottom line of it. Now, there are some other caveats in there, but that's the main.
Thank you,
the main
Simone, and
factor.
thank you, Linda DeVore, for that. We really appreciate that. I wanted to see if we could hit the judge seats. I think it's seat 43 and 45. Can anyone give a little update and explain why one of the races, whoever wins, will be the next judge? We're going to give it to Courtney is going to explain that. Is that correct? Okay, Courtney, and then seat 45, they'll end up being a runoff. So, Courtney, we're going to give it to you.
Okay, so with the District Court Judge 14, seat 3, we have Sherry Miller and Tyran Jamal George. Sherry Miller has 10,865, which is 56.54%, and Tyran has 8,350, a total of 43.46%, and that's 53 out of 77 of the precincts.
And that's the race. Whoever wins that race will be the next judge.
Yeah, and Sherry Miller,
it.
she's an incumbent. If I'm not
No,
she's
she has run before, but not incumbent.
Yeah, this is an open.
Okay, she's run before.
She has run before.
She has run before.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
And what about the other seat, seat 45, I think it is?
For judge, with District
for judge.
14, for 14, Sherry, I'm sorry, y'all said Cherry.
Cherry, yeah.
Cherry, Shyler Mack, she's incumbent, and she has 12,769, which is 65.85%. And then Brene Orozco has 6,623, leaving it to 34.15%. And we're again at precincts reported 53 out of 77. So for the most part, she's up 65%.
And this is a seat that does have an opponent on the other side. There's a Republican opponent,
Jonathan
Strange, who did not have any opposition. So he's going to go into the general in November, and the winner of this race between Judge Shyler Mack or Brene will be determined who's going to go against Jonathan Strange.
One of my favorite names out there, Strange.
Yeah, Strange. It's a strange name.
That's another one you can just put by itself on the side.
Yeah,
Strange.
there you go.
Judge.
Yes,
And we're still waiting for the results to come in. And this happens all the time. For those who are listening, don't get discouraged. We'll have a large number coming, and then they'll slow down as the precincts are still being counted.
And then at the very end, they all come in all
and then
at
at the very
once.
end,
Boom.
every last one of them are coming. So,
but I think we
you
can
know.
pretty much call Francis Jackson.
We can call that one, yeah.
We can call Roy Cooper for Senate.
We can call, okay.
We can go ahead and call that
And we
one.
can call
Can we call for
Michael
Watley?
He's at 69%.
Oh, yeah.
We can call him.
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
Pretty
we may
sure we
already.
can call David Rouser at 73.92%.
He went ran against Buzzard.
Right.
Correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Buzzard. And when I met with
my
him, he said,
God.
no, it's Buzzard. So I wanted to be, I didn't want to go
You tried
first
to
with
give him a
Buzzard.
break.
I wanted to be, I said, Mr. Buzzard, nice to meet you. He said, no, it's Buzzard. And I said, okay. Because I thought if I started with Buzzard, and he said, what are you talking about? So you start, and it worked.
You actually played it safe.
Right? Isn't that
I
the way
would
to
have
do
done the
it?
same.
That's the right way to do
It's the
it.
right way to do it. Yeah, it's a weird name. Anyway, nice guy, though.
I was going to ask, I can't remember, so House Representative District 9, is there a Republican?
Who was in that one?
Where's that one now?
I don't see that.
Well, that wouldn't be on.
That would be Richard Hudson's, wouldn't it?
Yes.
No, he's
not
7.
nine.
Oh,
He's
yes,
six. Yes,
yes.
Hudson is
That's
9.
right. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, Hudson is 9.
But he doesn't have any
Rouser,
opposition. That's
7.
why you don't see him on.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it,
So
got
Hudson
it.
is waiting to see which Democrat is
Got
going to be
it,
his challenger.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right, when they don't have.
Yeah. Rouser's 7 and Hudson is 9.
That's right, okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see if anyone can get information on that Texas race, both in the Republican and Democrat. Would be very
Anybody?
interesting. If anyone can find that,
In
see where we are.
Yeah. Okay,
Texas, because that's an interesting race. And we do have Linda DeVore is on the line. Oh, my gosh. This is
There's that energy.
This is big. Linda DeVore. Linda, are you there? Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, boy. I think I'm just
probably
so
didn't read
excited.
that update correctly.
Linda, are you there?
I am here. Is that Jay?
It is
Yes.
me. It is me. We have a whole room full of folks. Thank you so much for calling. I'm going to leave it up to the crew here to start asking questions. Because, first of all, thank you so much for getting information back to us so quickly and informing us, because it's helping us continue to move our show forward. So, Linda, who has questions for Ms. DeVore?
Well, hey, Linda, it's Myron. I was hoping you could give us a little more insight on that, how that 30% rule would work in terms of it could come into play potentially with our at-large commissioners and maybe the sheriff's race. So, what can you tell us about it?
Well, the 30% in a single seat race, such as a sheriff's race, if one candidate reaches 30% and they are the top vote getter,
that's
if
it.
two of them reach 30%, that's it, and the
Okay.
top vote getter wins as long
Okay.
as one gets to 30%.
Okay.
It's a lot more complicated in the multi-seat races. The formula for a runoff in that case is based on a premise that everyone gets 2 votes, but not everybody, as we know, uses their 2 votes. So it's a fairly narrow window for finding a runoff possibility in a multi-seat district, but we may have it.
Yeah.
Not all the precincts are in yet, but there's
Right.
a formula that says that you take the total of all the votes cast for all the candidates in that race, all 6 of them in the case of the commissioners at large, and you divide that by the number of seats, 2 in this case, and then you divide that number by 2. So essentially you're taking the total votes cast, dividing it by 4, and that's the threshold for someone finishing without a runoff.
Okay.
So it would appear, with the preliminary results we have now, these are not complete. Anything could happen. If you were to look at them right now, you would have one person in the commissioner's race at large who has exceeded that threshold, but you would not have a second. And so you might have a second runoff.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. All right.
And that runoff is, as we said, is May 12th. Is that correct? Okay.
That's correct. I am necessarily saying we're going to. Clearly, we don't know that yet, but we're getting closer to the answer.
Okay.
Linda, when do you think, I know it would be just a guess, but when are you thinking we'll have most of the precincts posted?
Well, actually, it looks like we're getting close to that point. You know, they come in slowly because some are coming from far outer rings of the beyond the city, so there's a little travel time involved. But
yeah.
I would think that by 10 o'clock we might have some answers that would be definitive for now.
Okay.
Of course, we still have provisional ballots we'll consider on Friday, and we always have a few loose ends to tie up. But I think we'll have some pretty firm numbers by 10 o'clock.
Okay. That'd be great.
That's great.
Okay.
Any other questions for Ms. DeVore? She's so informative.
I just want to thank everyone down there for all their hard work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know it's a long day.
Yeah, it is a long day.
We appreciate what y'all do.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
It's really a long day for our precinct officials in the precincts because they arrive at 5:30 in the morning and they're just now getting home at night.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Well, if we have more questions, we'll be texting you those questions, Linda. And again,
Okay,
we really
I'll
do
do my best.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, thank you so much. Oh, and Troy has a question.
No.
Oh, Troy does not have a question. Oh, he has a comment.
Okay.
Not for her.
No, not for her. We're gonna, Linda. You know, there's a little confusion here with me, and you know, we're gonna make it work. But thank you, Linda, for calling.
I think she already does.
Oh, she's already hung up. My God, I'm like behind
We'll
about
text her
10
later.
seconds.
Sure.
Troy, please, Troy.
Yeah, this is the most important race that we have tonight. Carolina 67, Clemson 63.
Oh, right.
Yes.
And how much time is left?
All right.
It is a final, sir.
Oh,
Oh,
Carolina,
yeah.
beautiful.
Mills Road.
So they are undefeated at home this whole season.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So-
when was the last time they did that?
It's been a few years,
Yeah, it's
but
been a while.
it's been accomplished. But now we're on when they get our man back. We're going to beat Duke the
Caleb
second time.
gonna be back by then?
Right.
I don't think so. I think that's risky. I think you let him stay out a little bit longer.
Heal.
You don't want. I mean, he could ruin
it's
a
unpopular
career.
opinion, but I actually believe that too. I also think for
Are you a coach?
the team has the chemistry.
I am coaching.
That was a question. Are you a coach?
I have that.
So you think? Well, wait a second, Troy. You
I'm
think
not even a youth coach.
they should take a risk? and put him in before the tournament?
I believe he has medical professionals, and if that's what he wants to do, he might need to warm up a little bit heading into the tournament.
Didn't Lindsey Vonn have medical professions?
Yes, she did. And boy, see what that got her.
I wonder how professional that.
She wasn't at the University of North
It
Carolina,
was.
Chapel Hill.
I guess I'll give up my coaching career. Oh, but thank you for that announcement.
Thanks, George. Sure. I was only serious.
That's great. Now, do we have any other any
have the
other
Texas.
updates we want to give?
What's the Texas?
Oh, what's Texas, please?
So right now it's still too early to find out, but we have James Tellerico at 52%, Jasmine Crockett at 46.3%,
Wow.
and
Early.
Ahmed Hassan at 1%. So it's remaining probably about 1,000,005, over 5,000 people left to get the numbers in.
Wow.
So they only at like 38%.
I don't think Hassan is going to get it.
No.
What about the Republican, Cornyn and Paxton? Does it show Republican? That's a big one.
Let's see.
Oh, we need to look at Phil Berger.
Oh, yeah, Phil Berger. We got to get that one, too.
And what about
What is that?
Fushi?
Oh, yeah, Fushi, absolutely.
Is that Rockingham?
Let's look at that.
Courtney, I'll take this one.
Okay.
Cornyn, this is very tight. Let's see. So he's got 42.8, 43% of the vote. That's John Cornyn, the incumbent. Ken Paxton, who's controversial on a number of levels,
I would say.
40.2%. So they're neck and neck. And then Wesley Hunt, who was also kind of a name going into this. So he's drawing 13.5% of the vote.
Okay.
And so that's with 40.3%. 40%
Oh, there's
of
a
the vote
long way to go.
ends. There's still
Long
the
way to
majority of
go.
the race to go. Yeah.
And let's take a look at the Fushi-Nita race in Durham County. I'd love to see that. Whoever can pull that up would be great.
I have,
Oh, you got something.
I have Sam Page and Phil Berger.
Oh, yes, please.
With 14 of 14 precincts, Sam Page 9,009, Phil Berger 4,500.
Biggest
Oh my
upset
goodness,
of
are
the
you
night.
serious?
That's a huge upset,
That's a
right?
huge upset.
And that's
all the precincts.
Is that all the
14
precincts?
to 14.
She
said it was all.
Oh,
Yeah,
so wait,
Or is that just the
let's look at that
Fayetteville?
again.
No,
we don't.
that's,
Fayetteville wouldn't vote in that.
Sonia
I'm gonna
Cooper
go
here.
to
This
the
is a
whole
lot of
state.
pressure on you, Sonia. Please.
Now I'm going to go to the whole state because it's going to be
Yes.
several. It's going to be several counties.
Yes,
right?
yes, multiple counties.
Yeah.
Wait, and we have a caller on the line too. So you're going to look at that, Sonia Cooper, who
We got
is
Sonia
a
Simone.
commissioner
We got the
in
SNS over there working on it.
Spring Lake, and I think we're going to go to a phone call.
What
Caller,
district is that?
you're on the line.
Hello.
This caller sounds very familiar. Is this
Well, I was-
Wade Fowler?
Yeah, well, I was calling in about the most important topic brought up tonight.
Oh my God.
At the what?
The most important topic for tonight, the basketball game.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's still.
Look, I happen to, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Tar Heel. I graduated from there, but I am one of the ones that believes that Caleb ought to sit out the Duke game too, because I think with the win over Clemson, we've already established that we get the double bye.
Yeah.
And I'd rather make sure Caleb's healthy for the tournament.
Thank you, Wade, to support my thoughts. Apparently, Troy thought I was a little crazy there.
Jay,
Well,
have you coached?
I will tell you. The hard part for me is that the hard part for me is I'm agreeing with Myron on something, and that's just terrible.
We're fellow Tar Heels.
There you go.
So yeah, I came out in '93. Yeah.
And I am not a coach.
Yeah.
Hey,
just to
it's been
clarify.
fun listening from a distance. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Wade.
Oh yeah.
What about the Fushi-Nita race? Anyone got that on Durham?
So I can give you an update
On the burger.
Sam Page, 10,704,
The buzzer, the burger.
56.39%, and 8278 for Phil Berger at 43.61
Wow.
with 21 of 48 precincts.
Okay, so it's still early. Still early. So the burger still could burger could still get some.
Depends on what's out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying. Sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I forgot about.
Okay. Anything on Fushi?
Yeah. Anything on Fushi?
What is she?
She's Durham.
She's
Let's see if I know how to
she's
do this.
Congressional District
Oh, I don't
4.
want to mess up my computer. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll
I know
mess that
Myron
up.
has his computer, so I know he can get there quickly.
Yeah, Myron
Open
is
up
looking
the-
that
What's
up.
her district?
District 4?
She is. I didn't even know that. Okay.
That's House, right?
Yes, House
State
District.
Yeah.
State.
Yeah.
Mm-mm,
No,
that's
no,
congressional
Congress.
district.
Oh, U.S.
Yeah,
Yes.
U.S.
Oh, I didn't know that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We have some dead time here. A little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
quiet.
just talk. No.
Troy or Courtney, any thoughts about any of these races you'd like to share?
No, I'd just like to say, I think that it's been a little more energetic than some had guessed with the voter turnout. But
Yeah.
the at-large race, people felt like that former Commissioner Evans did have a huge popularity advantage over the other candidates.
Yeah.
However, if no one else makes that 30%, it don't look like they will. You got 19% and 15% respectively behind him. That can make a very interesting very, very interesting primary. Runoff in May 12th.
Yeah. So I do have an update on the Fushi.
Fushi, yes.
Fushi and
Thank you.
Alam race. Fushi is leading with just 52. Listen to this now. 142 precincts to report. So still a ways to go, but right now Representative Fushi has 51.6%. Nita Alam has 46%.
Oh, that's
so
tight.
It's pretty
That's so
close.
close.
Yeah,
Very
that's
tight.
right.
Very
And
tight.
a third candidate, Mary Patterson, is drawing 2.3%.
She's got a long way to go.
Yeah, a long way to go. in
She's
that
got a
race,
long way
yeah.
to go.
Okay.
What house district is Dan in? Is he 12?
Which one now?
Not Dan Blue.
Phil Berger?
Don
No.
Davis.
Yeah, Don.
Don Davis,
Don
Congressional
Davis,
District 1.
District
So this,
And see how he's doing. And again, this is very important because we have midterm elections and we got congressional seats. We got a lot of work that we need to do up in Washington. So definitely,
Yes.
this is why we're talking about congressional seats, even though we're in Cumberland County. It's very important to see who's going to be up there in Washington making these decisions.
Maybe something
And-
will finally get done in Washington.
Yeah,
because
and
they're-
people have to remember that they have to go back and vote in November,
Yes.
or early vote in October and vote in November. And
Yeah.
while we have like a little bit of a dead time, I'm going to leave you all a little bit early tonight. But it was an honor to do this with you all, to all of the candidates. Good luck. As I think Simone mentioned earlier, if you don't win, don't be discouraged. I lost my first race that I ran in, but continue to be active in your community. And it's very hard being a candidate, and this has been a very long day. You put signs up at night, and then you're at the polling sites at 6:30 in the morning, and then you are working them into 7:30, and then you're going around picking up signs
Right.
after that. And not just that, it's the phone interviews, the radio interviews, it's the newspaper articles, it's the
forums.
canvassing. It's
The
a lot.
questionnaires.
Yeah, the questionnaires. So for anybody to put their name in the
right.
hat and put yourself out there, it's a very vulnerable position
Yes,
to put
it is.
yourself in. We appreciate you. We thank you. So you don't feel bad if you don't win. And I would just encourage you, if you're motivated, run again.
That's
Don't
right.
let that discourage you if you
Right.
don't
That's
win.
right.
And this is coming from somebody that lost before, so I know what it feels to lose. I lost
Yeah.
by 45 votes the first time. I will never forget
that's
that
painful.
number.
Yeah.
But just be motivated, and again, don't forget to go vote again and vote your entire ballot and read up on the candidates. And at a lot of the forums, a lot of us are informed, right? We kind of know, but I've had some very insightful things that I've learned from forums and have actually changed my mind about candidates after I went to a forum.
I
So
have too,
I would just
yeah.
tell people to just don't be don't be passive about what is going on in your community. So there's a lot of things that's going on right now. So just vote. Be informed, and don't just vote. Just be active. Attend board meetings. Go to city council meetings. Speak up if you have to. Write your representatives. Remain active throughout the process, not just when election time comes. So on that note, I'm going to say good night. I can't
night.
wait to hear the final elections.
Oh, yes. Please listen to us on WIDU,
I will.
Dr.
I'm gonna call
McCrae.
back in,
call in like Wade.
a Wade.
Yes, call in.
Go back in.
Let's thank Dr. Kenwana
Yes.
McCrae
Thank you for coming out.
for
Yes.
joining us this evening. We
Yes.
love having you here.
I love being here. Y'all are really fun. Y'all make this fun.
Yes, yes, and I think we have Courtney Banks McLaughlin, part of our results desk chief, would like to say something.
Yes, I want to say something to Kiwana before she leaves.
Yes.
Well, to all the ladies, happy Women's History. Back in 2019, myself, Kiwana, Councilmember Yvonne Kinston, and Shaquila Ingram, we made history in 2019. We changed the landscape of politics as it relates to women, breaking the glass ceiling. So before she leaves, I just wanted to give her kudos for that. And just as mentioned, those who may not have made it or don't plan on making it, well, not plan on making it, but have succeeded in this election, try it again, and always just get out in the community and just continue to do the work. Again, when we were just looking at some of the people that's running, most of them, if they weren't already elected, they have been doing some type of community service in a community. So don't let that deter you from stop doing what you're doing. And for those helpers coming out to support the candidates, continue to do that. Everybody do your research on the candidate. I also want to mention too, as a former city council member, when it comes to early voting, please take advantage of early voting and not wait to the day of, because a lot of times I've witnessed where people get turned around because they're at the wrong location. So if you come out and vote early, you have the opportunity to go to different polling sites within within Cumberland County to be able to vote. I know the next, the general, I will be traveling to Spring Lake, because I know that there's been a low turnout in that particular area, that precinct. So make sure that you go out to the different precincts and casting your ballots versus waiting to the last minute, because when it comes to funding, that's why Cliffdale Recreation Center is open, because that's where a lot of people come out to vote. So we want to make sure we utilize in all the precincts so that they can continue to stay open.
That was Courtney Banks McLaughlin as part of our results desk chief staff.
And thank you for reminding us of that historic moment.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you. Look, and I've been upgraded. What's my position again now? My title? What's my new
You
title?
are the results desk chief.
Co-chief.
Next time, can we? Co-chief?
You're a co-chief.
Yeah, co-chief. Okay, next time, can I get a badge?
So you've been promoted. It's been a nice promotion.
I've been promoted.
Yes, you have. And I want to thank again. It's so nice having you here. Hopefully we get you back here, Dr. McCray, next time. We're going to be doing more of these shows.
I will be back, and I'm going to get off my soapbox and I'm going to go home. Like I said I was going to go home, but piggybacking off of what Courtney said, I have to speak to my women for Women's History Month. And I love seeing a lot of these women running for office. Do it scared. Do it with a career. Do it with children. I have a full-time job that I'm going to bed so I can get up for my full-time job in the morning. And I have a child that I'm going home to. But a lot of times women will get discouraged that they can't have a career and be in politics, or they can't have children. Courtney Banks McLaughlin did. Sonya, I'm not for sure if you had kids in your house when you first started running for office. Okay, Sonya kids a little bit older, but I know that Tisha Waddell did. Yvonne had a kid that was still in high school, did, and a lot of other women that I'm forgetting. But just to motivate other young women. So I love when we see these women stepping out, and these young women and that are running for office is very courageous and can continue to do it. It can be done. So happy Women's History Month. I will be back. I love coming to WIDU. You all have been fun, and I'm going to get ready for my day job tomorrow. So good night.
There you go. Thank you. We have, and guess what? We have all the results in.
Yeah.
So are we going to go to a commercial, or are we going to continue the excitement and energy? We're going to continue. Oh, boy.
Okay.
So how do we want to take this, guys? Who's going to start with these incredible results?
Okay.
Who's going to start?
Okay.
Simone.
Not all at once.
I'll start with
Simone Pemberton.
Yes, let's see. What do we start with? I'm so
Boy, you can't. She is very, very excited now.
But I got it together. All right. So Commissioner. Well, I'll start from the bottom. So we'll go with Sheriff Troy McDuffie, actually with 11,138 ballots cast for him, 49.55%.
Wow.
He won this. That's all in all of these. Obviously, all precincts.
So does that
reported.
mean he's the next sheriff?
Right, and unofficial results.
No,
right.
No.
Well,
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So he
LaRue,
made it
Mr.
through.
LaRue. Oh, yes.
Wyndham is the Republican candidate, but he actually did take this. Do you want me to read all of the candidates what they got?
Well,
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jonathan
we can
Morgan.
split them up. Just keep going.
Jonathan T. Morgan, he got 6,070 votes at 27%. Demetrio Perez got 3,502 at 15.58%. And Joe Baylor got 1,769 votes at 7.87%.
Thank you. So that's the sheriff. Who's going to take another?
I'll do the
Okay, come
county
on,
commissioner.
Tony.
Okay, so we're looking at the at-large. Okay, so all precincts are in, and we have Glenn Adams.
This is commissioner at large. Got it?
Commissioner.
No, this is District 1.
District 1, excuse me, District 1. This is District 1, yes. So we have District 1 for commissioner. And we have Glenn Adams, who has 3,504, 26%. We have Sheila Cuffey with 3,494,
Wow.
26%. Larry Wright, 3,053, 22%. We have Terry Thomas, 2,487, 18%. Gary Murray with 747 votes, 5.62%. So we have three people at the top, 26, 26, and 22.
So those two.
And
so
nobody hit 30%.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah, so, yeah.
This is one that Linda DeVore was talking about.
It's actually too close to call because, there are only 10 votes that separate the top two.
Correct.
Yeah. And there are provisional ballots and there are mail-in ballots. So that one can't be called, really.
Right. We cannot call that one. That's what I'm thinking, because nobody hit 30% from what we're looking at with the results. We have others, as you said, that are coming in.
Yeah.
But so we've got three people that are potentially in the running, which are, Glenn Adams, Sheila Cuffey, and Larry Wright. Okay. And so that's Cumberland County District 1.
Yep.
Okay, who's going to do the at large?
I'll do at large.
Okay.
So Cumberland County Board of Commissioners at large, we have Charles Evans with 12,340 votes.
Wow.
32.39%. Veronica B. Jones, 7,433 votes with 19.51. Tony Stewart with 5,872, 15.41. Mario B. Benavente, 4,805, 12.61. Marshall Faircloth, 3,915 with 10.28.
Who was an incumbent?
I know, and an incumbent, that really shocked me.
Yes.
And William Tunk Wesley with 3,729, 9.79%.
So this is another one where we have Charles Evans has received 32%, but you can pick two. So that means that there's a potential for a runoff between Veronica Jones and Tony Stewart as the next.
Is that what will happen? So they will run off?
It's a potential. We don't.
Potential. We don't know.
We
Okay.
wait till our votes come, but right now that's
But Charles Evans hit the 30% threshold, so that means he's in.
He's in. So
He goes to the general election.
Right. He goes to the
Right. So
general.
there are
So-
two candidates there, right?
Right. You're supposed to have two.
Right.
That's got to go to the general. So
Got
we
it.
need.
And a reminder that Veronica is the incumbent.
Yeah.
That is correct.
That is
And the
correct.
vice
That is
chair.
correct.
So
And the vice chair.
that one's going
That
to
is
be
correct.
very interesting.
And I'm glad, thanks for bringing that up, Simone, because an incumbent also lost, Marshall Faircloth.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a surprise.
And
It
the
is.
former vice chair, Tony Stewart, and she's right there in the third position, so
Well,
she
she
could
was
be
chair one time.
chair.
too.
She was
She
chair,
was.
yeah.
Chair,
She
that's
was
right.
chair one time.
She was
Yeah.
a chair. Forgive me. And so she's actually in that third position, which could be part of the runoff. So
What about the judge races? What do you want to hit?
I'll do District 14, Seat 5.
Okay.
All precincts reported, so this is a final, but all these results are unofficial to the canvas.
Yeah.
But Cherry Seiler Mack, the incumbent, is going through. She won 14,786 votes, 66%. And Brene Orozco got 7,500 some votes, 33.83%. So Judge Seiler Mack won that one. In
And
district,
she'll go
I'll go ahead and
against
do
a Republican.
Correct.
Jonathan Strange.
Jonathan Strange,
Right,
okay.
for the
From
general
right.
election in November.
Got it.
All right. District 14, District Court Judge, Seat 3. This one is also, all the results we were saying are final, unofficial. Sherry Miller has won with 12,578 votes. That's just under 57%. Turan, am I pronouncing that right? Jamel George.
Yes.
He got 9,563 votes at 43.19%. So Miss Miller did win that, the primary. Now, does she have a general election
No,
opponent?
she does not.
So she will serve in that seat.
That is
So,
correct.
Congratulations to her.
Yes. And then we have
What about the
okay.
state house?
House
Yeah, can
45.
you do the 45 and 43? Can someone hit those?
I'll take 43 since I'm
All right, House
the R.
45, we have Frances Jackson, who is the incumbent. She's got 3,365 votes for 60.1%. And Quaderick Covington got 2,242 votes, and that is 39.99%. So Frances Jackson is going to be retaining her seat. Don't believe there's a Republican opponent, so
I don't
she will
think there
retain
is.
her seat as
That's
the
right.
House representative for District 45.
And a
Yes.
working school teacher, which you don't really
Yeah.
Yes.
see that in
Right.
politics.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, I was about to
You wanna
comment on
do
that, but I
43?
won't. Yeah, I'll take 43.
Yeah.
So, District 43, Diane Wheatley, who is the incumbent, I believe 3 times over,
Yeah.
is received 2,397 votes at 59.54%. Clarence Goings Jr., 1,629 votes at 40.46%.
Does she have anyone to face in?
Yes.
Janine Ackles.
Oh, Janine Ackles.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we
Do
go.
we have the results of
Yeah,
that one?
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Janine
please.
Ackles, she received 3,900 votes, 67.03%, and then Ronald Pittman was 1,918 votes at 32.97%.
Is that more of a Republican or a Democratic district?
Republican.
It leans Republican.
It leans Republican.
It leans Republican.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So Senate District 21, that's State Senate.
Yeah.
Tom McInnes, who represents Fayetteville and really Moore County, but he did win this primary. That's on the Republican side. 2,939 total votes for 73% of the total. Ray Daley, the challenger, just broke 1,000, and his percentage is 26.67%. So Tom McInnes does he have an opponent? in
Wait, did
district?
you do all of his votes? Because he has more than one county.
You're
Well,
right.
for Cumberland
No, I
County, he
not,
did win
right.
Cumberland County because we
He
don't
won
have Moore
Cumberland.
County. He won
Yeah, he
Cumberland.
did Cumberland, but as she said, he would have more votes statewide. Let me look those up.
You want one?
And someone else go ahead and do the judge. Oh, you already have them.
Here, you want? look at
What
it?
about
Go
the?
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And most of the other races that we have on here, we will only be seeing Cumberland County. But like, for example, with the U.S. Senate,
Correct.
we can see what Roy Cooper did in Cumberland County, but we would need to pull in the whole state
Yeah.
to see his actual numbers. So we can see what he's done in Cumberland County, but
Yeah.
we can't see we would have to pull in everything to see the whole state.
That's right.
So, yeah, with Tom McGinnis, he has total 11,537, 73.27%. And Ray Daley, 4,209 with 26.73%.
It's interesting. It stayed about the same.
You stayed about the same.
Yeah.
So maybe there's more Cumberland voters than we think in that district.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Maybe.
probably.
Yeah,
Yes.
so-
I mean,
So-
19. Oh, well, yeah, there is. 21 is a very large district.
Yes,
yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
It's huge, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yeah.
What other results we got, y'all?
Sam Page, 10,008.
Okay.
Well, they still only have 22 or 48.
Oh yeah. What about the Burger page?
That's what she's looking
Oh,
at.
that's what you're looking
That's
at.
what I- yeah.
I'm looking at this.
That's
I'm like,
still
wait,
not
what?
reported in.
Yeah, they still only have 22 of 48,
Okay.
so 10,847, 55.73% for Sam Page. Bill Berger, 8,618, 44.27%.
Okay.
All right. Here, just in Cumberland County now, these are Cumberland County numbers.
Yeah.
Roy Cooper obviously is rolling here, 88.5% of the vote. Marcus Williams is next with 5.3% of the vote. On the Republican side, this is again Cumberland County. Michael Watley, as was mentioned, 5,600 votes, almost 5,700. And he was followed by Donald Brown with 1,302 total votes for 15.99%. And then there are several candidates beneath them. Again, that's in Cumberland County.
So we're sort of coming to an end here.
Yes.
Right? I mean, we got the results earlier than we thought.
Yeah. And like Tony said, they all came in right there. Boom.
Which is great. I'm just curious, just before, because we're going to probably wind it up in just a few minutes, anything new on Texas? Just curious, and anything new on Fushi Nita?
Okay,
and I'm just curious if we could find that. I'm not good at finding things on this.
Well, you're trying to host and find.
Well, I'm just not good on this laptop.
I'm just trying to see where my friends are.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get the Texas results.
And I have to say, while you're looking, this has been an absolute pleasure. Tony, as always.
Thank you.
We're going to want you back for the next election.
Yes.
Myron, of course. I mean, you're just a mainstay here and always appreciated. Troy is back there, I hope. Troy is, we need you here, Troy.
I'm here.
As our results desk chief, our co-chief, along with Courtney Banks McLaughlin. Really appreciate your help. Sonia Cooper, currently a commissioner with Spring Lake. And Simone Pemberton, former running for state senate. I can't remember the district.
District 19.
District 19, I should know that. We had Wade Fowler here earlier. And Kanwana McCrae had a good group tonight.
Yes,
and really
I agree,
appreciate
totally.
it. It went very smoothly. No real problems. Everything went great. We always want to thank Wes and Sandy Cookman for their for everything that they do for this station.
Yes.
Any thoughts from anyone before we get these last results? And
Well, I have
yes,
a
please,
suggestion.
Sonia.
Next time we need to have somebody writing all the stuff on the wall you see on Real TV.
Oh,
that would be fun. Yeah.
That would be good if we had someone. That would be our results desk chief, folks. They need to be writing on the whiteboard. Did you hear that, Troy? I didn't hear much of a reaction.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, great.
When I was
Paul
growing up, they called them
Matthews.
blackboards.
Say it again?
When I was growing up, they called them blackboards.
Oh, yeah, well, we're done with the blackboards.
that's a whiteboard.
Thank you. Paul Matthews, you've been great as always as our airwaves architect. And we really couldn't do it without Paul because he's really the guy on the phones, on the whatever you call it, the boards.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. Any updates on those races?
Yeah, well, what I could say,
Yeah.
I follow closely Dave Wasserman, who's the Cook Political Report. He pretty much never misses. He's saying that in the Republican side, that this is Texas U.S. Senator.
Oh, yeah, please.
John Cornyn and Ken Paxton are going to a runoff.
Okay, got it.
So neither
That
one
makes sense.
secure. Now on the Democratic side,
Oh, I can't wait.
He hasn't called this one yet, but he's thinking Tyler Rico is going to take it over Crockett.
Isn't that something?
That's,
Well,
that's what he's. But
they
that's
say-
not. It has not been called by him or anyone else at this time.
He got a lot of momentum when they wouldn't run him on, was it Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of these shows.
Tyler Rico, yeah. They
Yeah,
wouldn't run him
and then
on,
he ended up getting millions of views.
Yeah.
He got a lot of
He
momentum.
got a little boost out of that.
Got a little
yeah.
boost. And what they say is, I mean, again, if you listen to the pundits, Tallarico would have a better chance against the Republicans than Crockett. That's just
That's
what
what
I've
the
heard.
punditry believes. Yes.
That's what they believe. Right?
Right.
There might
That's
not
what
be
they
any
believe,
truth.
yeah.
I've interviewed Jasmine Crockett twice.
Yeah.
She was terrific. I mean, energy. I
Yeah.
think she's terrific.
She also brings out a lot of new voters, and
She
that's
does.
key. And that's key. So
She
we'll
does.
see.
So we'll see what happens
in
there.
terms of
And
North Carolina, this same fellow Wasserman,
What is about Fushi and
yeah,
Nita?
Fushi. He said This was 29 minutes ago. It's looking okay. So
Fushi's
far.
looking okay.
Yeah, I
Right,
have
right, so
theirs
far.
Valerie Fushi,
That's her.
47,853 at 50.70%.
Anita,
Anita Alam is 44,276.
Okay, that's looking okay.
46.91, and Mary Patterson holding it in the road at 2,262, 2.40%.
Thank you for that exact percentage. Well, anything else for
How
the?
about Don Davis? Anything on District 1?
Oh yeah, District 1, Don Davis.
See how he's doing, 'cause
I don't
that's
think
that new
he has an
district.
opponent, but
Yeah, I don't think he has a
yeah, Don
Democratic
Davis doesn't.
opponent.
On the GOP side.
Yeah, on the GOC, let's look at that side.
Oh, Michael Watt? No, U.S. Senate? No. US House.
That's U.S.
This is House.
Oh, Lori Buckout.
Buckout, yeah, she ran last
Yeah,
time. Buckout, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
she waved. Oh, excuse me.
And she's running against like a buck. Like there's a buck out and a buck.
I want to say I really feel fortunate to work with you all and to come here all the time. This is a lot of fun for me.
It is.
And it really
Same,
it's
yeah.
it's something I look forward
Good
to.
stuff, yeah.
So I appreciate everyone. Paul and Troy, any final words?
Well, none. You know, I see you tomorrow morning, sir.
Yo, I'll be back here in the morning. What time will we? Tell about that show tomorrow. What are we going to be doing?
Yeah, we're going to have Jay's going to be in with George Brees. He's kind of a political guru.
He's the guru.
Myron, you're welcome to come and join him if you choose.
That'd be great
Wish I
if you want to
could.
come,
Wish I could.
Myron.
I already have an appointment.
Oh, you got an appointment already? Okay, all right.
Well, change it.
That's why we love you, Jay.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll be on from 8 to 9, giving all these results, and that will be great.
Analysis, right.
Analysis, WIDU, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Be there or be square. And we thank you again, all of you, for listening. Until next time, have yourselves a great day.
All right. Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it. Great show.
All right, I don't hear music.